to be broke, confused, no joke. I got used, smoke dope. I paid dues, I refuse to give up quick. Now there's 10 million motherfuckers on my dick. So what? Say hi, say who? Fuck what? Fuck me? Fuck you. Come clean, you know I will. Drink a fifth of Jim Beam and still stand still. I'm the illest fool.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to tonight's Villains Podcast. We're here tonight with Flamingo Girl, Tiffany. Not that Flamingo Girl. She seems to be going through accounts as quick as some of us do lately. That's probably because of the enemies she's made. But without further ado, you know how the stories go. I bring the guest on, and I listen, the same as you. Now, tonight, any ignorance in the comments will not be tolerated. The mods are to delete the comments and immediately ban the ignorance. I don't care what side it comes from. So, without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, Flamingo Girl. Hey, Tiff.
Hi.
Welcome to the show. And as you can see, we've got some watchers over here.
I actually don't know how to see that, but I'll take your word for it.
The part where I commented.
Oh, down here. Okay, I have that closed right now.
Okay. Well, you can bring that up. You won't be able to see. I think it'll overlay the video screen, so you can watch the comments. You can tell your story, or you could tell your story and then go to the comments and ask if anybody has any questions or anything for you. That's usually how we do it.
Okay.
So, without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, Tiffany's story.
Okay. I'm a little bit nervous, y'all, so I'm just gonna say that right now. Okay, so if I go back to the very, very beginning, in 2014, starting in March up until January 4th of 2015, I had 39 emergency room visits because I had migraines that weren't being treated by migraine medication. And I would call my doctor and say, hey, I'm maxed out on my medication. They would send me to the ER to get IV, whatever, to escalate migraine protocol to try to fix it. And it was nothing ever really worked. And as what happens with a lot of people, you get to where you're fed up. And on January 4th, 2015, I threw a tantrum in the hospital, and I had security in my room. I had one of the lead doctors in my room. And I threw a fit because the doctor had accused me of coming in there to try to get medications. And mind you, most of the time, medications for migraines are not like the things people are looking for. But so the doctor left the room to talk with my mom, and the nurse came in and she was trying to comfort me, and she was looking at my chart, and she started noticing that over time she was writing things. Joe, do you still have the pictures I sent you?
I do, if you give me a little bit to get them loaded up here.
Okay, well, I'll talk about it in the meantime. She started looking in my chart, and she asked me if I had any infections recently, because I have a history of kidney stones and kidney infections and all that. And I said no, and she started going through my chart from back through all those months, and they had been just dismissing my white blood count. And it had gone from a normal range, which I might get this messed up. It's either 4.5 thousand to 10 or 4,000 to 10.5. Either way, mine shot up to, it was 62.10 on the day that the doctor accused me of being there seeking meds. And so she said, be right back. And then about 15 minutes later, the doctor came back in, handed me my discharge papers and some other papers, and said, you have to be at hematology tomorrow at 1 o'clock. And I said, okay. And it wasn't clicking in my brain what hematology was. I mean, I know hematology is blood, but it wasn't clicking what it was because I was exhausted from dealing with the ER and all of that. And the next day I went and I sat down with the doctor, and he said, tomorrow you're going to come back and we're going to do a bone marrow biopsy because we believe that you have leukemia, and the only way we know what kind you have is by doing this test. And I said, okay. So I went back the next
Is it
day,
this one?
having, yes, if you look up at the top of it where it says there's like a 4, that was April. And the dates go down the side, and it shows how my white blood count went from 10.5 thousand to 62.1 thousand over that entire period that they thought they were treating a migraine disorder. Um, so then I went and had the bone marrow biopsy, which was really unpleasant. And I think they should sedate people for this shit because it was bad. They took this thing that literally, in my opinion, looks like a really long corkscrew, and they dig it all the way down into your pelvic bone, um, and they take out a chunk of it, and then they also take some of the marrow and they wipe it on these slides, which those, for anybody who saw the promo of this, those photos were in there. And then about 2 weeks later was my next appointment, and that's how long I had to wait to figure out if I had leukemia or not. And then I walked in and sat down, and the doctor said, yeah, that right there is what they took out of my body with and then there's another picture of one of the little cups, and it has a chunk of literally my pelvis
I don't think you
area.
sent that to me.
Okay, well that's all right. Um, but so I went back on January 21st, and he sat me down and he said, do you believe in God? Which I am sorry, but that is not how you start a visit like that when you're trying to tell somebody if they have leukemia or not. And I was like, yes. And he's like, okay, pretend you're sitting down across the table from God, and he has on a piece of paper every kind of cancer that is out there. He's like, the one that you have is that's what you would want to choose. And I said, okay. And then he proceeded to tell me that I could choose to do nothing about it. And that would give me a 5-year prognosis. Um, or I could take chemo pills every day for the rest of my life, and that lifespan looks more like 20 to 25 years. And I have children, so obviously I wasn't going to pick the 5 years. So they started me on the very first medication that I was on. I also want to note that I was married at the time, and my then husband did not come to any of this with me. He made his mother go with me.
What?
Yeah, that's the reason I bring that up, is because we'll get into something else in a little bit. So I started taking that, and in the first 4 weeks of it, I was vomiting a lot, still had the migraines. I had this blood taste that was just always in the back of my throat, shooting pain in my arms and legs constantly, bone pain in my calves that was excruciating, muscle spasms that were not helped with any kind of muscle relaxer or anything. And around week 4, I started getting these really awful mouth sores, and I couldn't eat. So they gave me this concoction of a few things, like it was like Malox and Benadryl and something else I can't remember, and they mixed it all together, and I had to like swish with it like it was mouthwash several times a day, and it helped, but it still sucked. So
Yeah.
when I got back to, and my favorite of the side effects were these, I call them Charlie horses. I don't know what they are, but they remind me of Charlie horses, but they were in the arch of my foot, and they could happen at any time and like literally drop me to my knees. My husband one time, because I was laying on the couch and it happened, he tried to massage my foot and he almost got his face kicked in because my just reflexes. Um, in hindsight, I wish I would have kicked his face. So then you'll find out why in a little bit. So then I went to my first, oh, and also during that time, I was going in for weekly blood checks. So then I went in and sat down and talked to my doctor, and she was like, "You have way too many side effects going on with this one, so we're going to switch you to another one." And I said, "Okay." Um, so that one, I still had the vomiting, I still had the blood taste in my mouth, I still had the bone pain, muscle spasms, not as bad, but I didn't have the mouth sores, I didn't have the Charlie horses. And the worst part of it out of all of it during that month of it was the vomiting. I couldn't get it under control to save my life. So I was going in 3 days a week to get extra fluids because of dehydration. I also my iron got really low, so I would did a like iron infusion, and um, that one I felt like my whole body just felt so weak. I was at the point where I literally was I just took my pillow and blanket and just I slept on the bathroom floor. I didn't have the energy to go back and forth. Um, and during that time, I started noticing that my husband was getting increasingly frustrated with me. Um, and I was like, I don't know what you want me to do. I'm literally just trying to deal with life. So I went back to my doctor after that, and my numbers were coming down, but she wasn't happy with the side effects, and she wasn't happy with the fact that I wasn't keeping anything down. Um, and I could not get fluids in quick enough to combat how sick I was getting. So at that point, I was switched to a third medication, which happens to be the one that I'm still on today. Um, And luckily for me, this medication, I only once in a while have to deal with nausea and vomiting, and that's when I'm stupid enough to not eat food before I take my pills. So that's on me. Um, I still have bone pain, but the rest of it I didn't have. So that medication um, was working just fine. So we continued on that one. Um, Trying to look at my notes here. I went along with that one, and I had to have weekly blood draws for the first year. And then when my or my white blood count was finally back at a reasonable number, which was in May of 2015. No, I'm sorry, May of 2016, it was actually below normal. But my doctor said that was okay, and as long as they kept an eye on it. So then she started only doing the labs every 3 months. And then in August of that same year, my numbers started to go back up and they couldn't find a reason or an infection or anything. So I thought they were going to start a fourth kind of medication. They didn't. They decided to just change the dosage, and that seemed to do the trick. And so we kind of stayed along with that one. Um, and then finally in September of, well, I don't want to go that far forward yet. Um, so through all of that, anytime I needed to be taken to an appointment, my mother-in-law took me, or my father-in-law took me, or my sister-in-law took me. Never my husband. Um, and in I had been feeling better, so I started doing things again. I tried hiking again. That didn't work out so well because of shortness of breath. Listen, I tried. I saw that look on your face. I tried.
Not
Um,
you. Brittmane's telling me
okay.
to take it. I'm rubbing my
Oh,
shoulder and trying to stop it. And
no. Um, so hiking didn't work out so well, but I was able to um, do a couple of dance competitions again. And throughout this, I had my husband had taken time off of work to fly to Florida, Colorado, and California for dance competitions, and also to California and then Texas for football games. All of that he could do with me, but he couldn't do the medical stuff. And then in November of 2016, I had a dance competition in Seattle, which is driving distance from me. And on the way home, he called me and said, "Hey, will you grab Papa Murphy's on your way home? Just make it easy." I said, "Sure." I got home and he came out into the driveway. I thought he was going to help me take things in the house. And he told me he had moved out while I was gone over the weekend. And his reason was he could not handle how lazy I had become. Um, there's a lot of really shitty things that he said, but at the end of the day, he couldn't handle me being sick.
were
So
you face to face with him again?
I'm sorry,
Were you ever face to face with him again?
divorce court, and for the 3.5 years that I went and collected my spousal support checks,
And you never throat punched him?
I never touched him in front of anybody.
I plead the
I
fifth.
okay. I may have thrown his things in his general direction that
There
were
we
still
go.
in the garage. If those things happened to hit him, oops. Um, but yeah, so, and then I found out during that whole time that he was calling me lazy and couldn't handle my medical stuff. The truth came out after he moved out. He had had affairs with 7 women that I knew. So that's what he was doing while I was sleeping on the bathroom floor. Um, so got a divorce, kept trucking along with my things, and in September of 2017, I finally had reached molecular remission, which basically means the numbers on the PCR test were pretty much undetectable. It has to be like below 0.0021 something to be um, that. So um, my friends and I had a big party to celebrate two things. It was divorce party when it was finally finalized slash Tiffany's in molecular remission. And so I kind of got back to normal life, went back to working and all the things. There were still some things I couldn't do because during this time I still had, the side effects of nausea, vomiting, and all that kind of stuff. But um, I started participating in the the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society has a fundraiser they do every year called the Light the Night Walk. And I had created a team and we were walking every year for that. And I had done that walk like years prior with my employer because that was their fund or not fundraiser, their can't think of what to call it. That's the association they chose to support. But when I went and
Is
did it,
you did what part are we talking about?
oh, I was just
Oh,
talking about the Light the Night Walk. I started going to that
okay.
and doing that, and I love that. I went back to doing a lot of things that I've been doing. Now, 7 times between going into molecular remission and now, I've actually gone out of remission and my numbers have climbed a little bit. And during that, we've had to modify medication and a lot of times when I would go out of remission, it would coincide with a lot of stress in my life, which I had no idea that being in really stressful situations could affect my numbers like that, but they did. So things like, I'm trying to think of, for instance, when my dad passed, when he was going through things, um, my numbers increased. But they've never escalated the way they did in the beginning. And um, another thing that happened along the way, um, during from 2016 until literally until COVID started, the 2 weeks to flatten the curve, I was still having to go in every week to get like fluids because I wasn't, for whatever reason, I was getting dehydrated really easily. Um, and it got to the point where they couldn't find good veins in my arms and they would blow the veins. And I was always bruised when I would walk out of there. And I was in the pharmacy one day, and the lady, when I got my stuff and I was walking away, she looked at me and she said, "I hope you left the man that did that to you." She assumed that I had had the shit beat out of me because I had these just big, some of them looked like baseball sizes on my arms where they had blown veins trying to do fluids or infusions or whatever. So in May of 2019, they put in a port, and that has been so much better. Um, so that is kind of, um, there were a couple other things that came along throughout. Um, I I don't know if I want to get into that. We might skip that. I'm not ready to talk about that yet. Um,
Take your time. You've been going for 20 minutes. You've got an hour.
I know. Do you know how long an hour is when you're talking about yourself? Dang.
For some people, it's really fucking easy.
Well, probably. Like I was telling you earlier, I can sit up here all day and have a conversation, but talking about myself for an hour, that's different. So
Well,
the
when you
thing,
get to the juicier parts, you know, your whole husband. I know you talked about him and whatnot. This is YouTube. You're allowed to swear, so it's not TikTok. You won't get banned.
true. There were other things. I think the hardest part about, I don't know if it's the hardest part, but one of the things that has been really rough with this is that I had other chronic issues and an autoimmune disorder before I was ever diagnosed with this. So, like in the middle of trying to get myself into remission and do other things, I have my body fighting against me in different ways. And um, I think not just my husband being the way he was, but it's, I never want to say I didn't have people supporting me because I did. I had people, my mom would check in on me, people would check in on me, but at the same time, it was very lonely because nobody could fully understand what I was trying to explain to them, what I was going through. And one of the things that I was telling Joe earlier, it would just make me freaking cringe. And I know that it was well intended, but when somebody says to you, "get well soon," and you have something that literally the first word of the condition is chronic, it's, I know they mean well, but it's rubs me the wrong way.
Yeah.
I never let them know that. I just smile and say thank you, but it was very, very lonely. Um,
Well, I told you they did that to my dad as he's comatose. So
yeah.
yeah,
And I
and
think I think it's said because nobody really knows what to say and nobody really knows how to help you.
It's
And
one of
I
the most
think
awkward moments.
it is. And that's, when I got on TikTok, come here, come on. Sorry, you
Excellent.
guys. She thinks we're on TikTok. She wants to say hi. Say hi to the people. Say hi, Ruby.
Hey,
Are you
puppers.
done? Okay, now go away.
Cujo's in,
Um,
he, Cujo took over my giant beanbag. He thinks it's his. So
but so when I got on TikTok and I found Sick Talk, and I was like, oh my God, there's all these people that literally get it. And I was sitting here going, where was, what is the appropriate thing to say? Um,
I hope you feel good soon. I hope you feel better soon.
I think it kind of depends on what was going on when they said it. Um, like I say, I know it's intended to, like, I had one friend that would say, I hope tomorrow's better than today. And that one I didn't mind at all. Because that one I would respond and be like, me too. Um, I had people say, I hope the medications that they're giving you are going to work this time. Um, because a lot of my journey back in the days before I hated Facebook, I would update people on Facebook all the time. Uh, because I had family that would reach out to my mom, and my mom's like, "Can you just post on Facebook, please? I'm tired of everybody trying to talk to me, and I don't know what to say." Um, Another one that one of my friends said was, she would say, how did she phrase it? As soon as you break free from this jail, meaning the hospital, it's going to get better from here. May your good days. That's a good one. May your good days outweigh your bad. That's good. Um, Now, I always knew that people were trying to come from a good place. So I never ever wanted to make people feel like garbage for trying to encourage me. It's just like, for example, there's several kinds of leukemia. Mine is CML, which is chronic myeloid leukemia. I will have it for the rest of my life. I will take 2 chemo pills every day for the rest of my life. So, um, I had one aunt that would message me and be like, one day closer to remission, one day closer to remission. That was how she kind of just let me know that she was cheering for me. So I mean, I never want to discourage people from trying to well wish people. It's just, it's hard to, when people say, get well soon, and you know that there's not really a well, there's better, there's definitely good days, but as far as being well, that that kind of went out the door um, as soon as I was diagnosed with it. Um, but in like, oh, another thing that I got to deal with, I wrote notes and then little things happened and I jotted things all over the place. I'm trying to make sense of them. Um,
That's okay. Take your time.
oh, here's a fun fact. The very first medication they put me on, originally my insurance did not want to cover it. Um, Luckily for me, the hospital applied directly to the manufacturer for a 3 month supply while they fought with my insurance.
Yeah, that's what they
Because
did for my dad.
if I did not have the insurance to cover it, that first medication, the retail value that they wanted me to pay at the pharmacy was $11,053.19 per month. Um, I'm sorry, I don't. I mean, I'm not Elon Musk or Bill Gates. I don't have that kind of money laying around. So that was
Yeah,
frustrating.
let
Um,
me just point out Narcan's free, right? Yeah, Narcan's free, but
yeah,
11K for cancer medication. Kiss my ass.
right, right. Um, uh,
I sidetracked her. Don't
So
worry, she'll catch up.
now I'm just trying to make sense of the notes that I jotted down because I put them all over the place. Um, Another thing that happened, and I was reminded of it last night. And I'm kind of going squirrel, but I'm kind of not. Most of you know, if you have seen anything the last few weeks, that this last month has been kind of a nightmare for my daughter. She's now epileptic, so it's a whole new journey. And last night, her cousin texted her and accused her of lying about being epileptic to get
The
sympathy.
fuck?
Um, yeah. And it reminded me of two things. One of them I already mentioned on the podcast, um, the night Cat came in, and that was somebody early on when I was on TikTok. Somebody told me that there's no way I could have leukemia because I have too much hair. And I felt the need to defend myself. My
Oh,
chart.
oh shit! What? Oh,
We good?
you're good. I didn't touch anything. It was you. It was all you.
Dude, anybody who knows me knows I don't even mod my own lives.
Where's your dog? Did it unplug a wire?
No, I don't. No, there's no wires. I'm looking around for wires. I don't even have wires. Um, I forgot what I was saying. Yes, she's. So, I felt the need to defend myself. I went on my chart and I cropped out the section that showed the date that I was diagnosed, and I popped it out there on TikTok and was like, "Fuck you. Here's my diagnosis." And Kat came into my comments and said, "You don't owe anybody anything. Blame Joe Campbell." Britt says, "Blame Joe Campbell."
I think we're up to like 1.6 on that hashtag.
Oh, really? So that's like a thing then.
Yeah,
But
1.6 billion.
so I told my daughter last night about that when it happened on TikTok, and I said, "You don't know her shit," because she said, "Show me proof and I'll apologize." And then, so I tried to call her to talk to her to explain, because what she doesn't understand is that things are very fluid, and my daughter's going through appointment after appointment and having all these, what the crap are they called? Atypical absent seizures, in between these larger seizures. And so she's been talking to, all these doctors, data. Anyways, her cousin was holding her to something she said like a week and a half ago before she got a hold of her neurologist. And it's like, just let me talk to her. I'll explain it to her. And instead, that girl texted back and said, "Check yourself, old bitch."
Damn.
Uh-huh. And I had to make a promise to her dad that I would let them handle it. But I promise you, if I see her outside when I'm leaving, I'm gonna have words.
Get her.
But well, I just listen. It is hard enough to be chronically ill with anything. It's hard enough. You don't need people accusing you of lying about it. And I do recognize that there are people out there that have done that. But like in my daughter's case, her cousin had watched her be hauled away in an ambulance twice in the last month after grand mal seizures. Like, I don't know. Um, I don't know. So I covered like all of the big things. I mean, there's little things I could go into. Well, okay, so
Go ahead.
once I went back into
Tiff, it's your show.
molecular emission. Yeah, if I only knew what I was doing. So there's a lot of things that I went back to doing. I went back to work full time for a long time. I went back to dancing, and even got my daughter involved in it. Hiking was still a little bit of a challenge. I think that the fatigue and shortness of breath I'm unfortunately just kind of stuck with. So I don't get to go hiking much anymore. But Um, I'm I'm at a good place as far as everything goes right now. Um, and then I was told that if I can stay in molecular remission for another 18 months from 6 months ago, so 12 months from now, if I'm still in molecular remission, then I can do this trial where they slowly like taper the medication to see if there is a possibility of people coming off these drugs and not having to take them for the rest of their lives. Um, I really want to
I
do
have
that trial. I'm
I have a question for you.
sure.
At any point in time, have you tried CBD treatments?
Um, I wouldn't call them CBD treatments, but I have these fancy peanut butter cups.
I meant like the black concentrated. You know what I'm talking about?
No, I don't.
Okay, I will send it to you after the podcast or whatever time we wrap up tonight because I'm
Okay.
wired for sound right now thanks to that prednisone. So I'm gonna keep going after you're done. But
Have you had to turn on your air conditioner yet?
I've got a fan blowing directly in my. I was telling her like I was wearing a nice sweater, some slacks. You know, I went to the hospital looking good, and I come home. I took that 60 milligrams of prednisone, and somebody says, "Oh, you shouldn't have done that this late in the day. You don't intend to sleep tonight, do you?" What? And no, I'm not going to sleep tonight. By the way, kids, this 6.5 hours, perhaps we'll see. But yeah, she came on. I was trying to walk her through everything, get her mic figured out and whatnot. And I had to put a t-shirt on and shorts because my furnace is off. It's 47 degrees outside. Windows are open, and I'm dying.
I know what I was gonna do.
But anyways, I was telling you the CBD, the concentrated. No,
Hmm.
Fireball, you're the one in menopause, not me. Um, the
Wait, what happened?
concentrated. There are so many stories of it stopping cancer in its tracks. Pops will tell you. Pops is alternative medicine all the way. So,
Hmm.
Papa Bear Odin over there, I don't know if he's on TikTok or not. Um, if you want to talk to him about the things, I can definitely put you two in touch.
No, I'd definitely be interested. I'm always interested in other things.
You can get higher than
The
Jesus and healthy.
Well, that's kind of what the peanut butter cups do. The reason I take those, it's a combination of CBD and THC, and yes, I am in a state where it's legal. Um, it it on the days when, and anybody who has any kind of uh, chronic illness or any issues with their joints or anything will know what I'm talking about on the days when the weather is absolute trash and then your body feels like absolute trash. On those days, it makes it hard for me to like wind down and get any rest because like I lay down to go to sleep and I feel like the pulsing of my blood and the bones hurt so bad. So, um, I have these peanut butter cups and they are magic. Um, one of these days, someone should ask Treadstone about them because I gave him one while we were last year in Michigan.
Oh, is that when you throat punched him?
Listen, that was not intentional. Okay. I just want to clear my name right now. What had happened was we were all drinking, okay? And he was trying to be very kind and make sure that me and Samantha got back to the hotel in one piece. He says that I throat punched him. I remember saying happy anniversary to somebody, and I feel like his throat actually went into my hand, not the other way around.
Oh, okay. So it was self-inflicted. I see.
I was just wishing these people happy anniversary. I don't know that it was their anniversary, but they were dressed up and it was not a wedding, and I was drunk. Um, I was trying to find, I had a quote that I saw earlier and I wrote it down. Okay, so I saw this quote and I think that, I mean, I'm gonna, in terms of what like leukemia and stuff, and also kind of encompasses the other conditions as well. And it probably anybody who has any kind of a chronic illness will get this. It said, people in chronic pain pay dearly for having fun and for having good days. So cherish anyone with a chronic pain who chooses to spend time with you. It costs them so much more. And like, for example, there's when it would be one of my kids' birthdays and I would want the house completely immaculate before everybody came. I would push and push and push through that. The minute everybody went home, I was on the couch with all the meds and icing things that hurt, and I would probably pay for 2 to 3 days.
Yep.
And that is the part that kind of is the worst, because you want so badly to have the normal life you had before it all started. And that was another thing I wanted to touch on. Like, before I got sick with this, I had friends that I would go out with every Thursday and not every Saturday. The weekends I didn't have my kids, I would go out with my friends. And once I got sick and I had to say no to the first few things, they stopped calling and asking. They stopped inviting. They stopped texting to check on me. And when it's almost like you have to grieve a life that you had, knowing that you might get some of it back, but it's never going to be the same. And
Yep.
Those people that were literally my best friends back prior to 2014 when this all began, now we exchange Christmas cards in the mail. That's literally where it is. Or
Yeah. It's the same with divorce.
yeah, it is. So that's another thing that has been really hard, because I put a lot into my relationships. And so for those to just kind of be gone, or when you do run into them, they're like, oh my gosh, I haven't talked to you in so long. We should catch up soon. Give me a call. And then you call, you text, and they don't return it. And it's just like, whatever at some point. And that's why I was like excited to find, not really excited because I'm not excited that this many people have chronic illnesses, but finding people on TikTok who I could relate with. And I remember the first time I ever actually commented on anybody's thing, I was in a hospital bed, and I had been there for 2 days because everything was out of whack. They were giving me all sorts of things in my IV.
Tiffany.
What is that?
That's my number. If you ever need to talk about anything, call me. And that goes for everybody else in here too.
Okay, I wrote
Listen,
it down.
Miss Put and everybody else has put my number on the internet, so I really don't give a shit. So if you have to call me, announce yourself, send a text first, okay?
Fair enough. But yeah, I was in a hospital bed, and I was scrolling TikTok because who the hell can sleep in hospital beds? I cannot.
Me?
So I was
Today.
How? They are the most
Uncle
uncomfortable thing.
Uncle Sam taught me how to sleep anywhere, when I can, wherever I can.
Fair enough.
So
Fair enough. But I was scrolling through TikTok, and I had come across a post that Kat had made, and she was having a really, really, I think it was an entire rough. What's that?
I said, this is on my right hand, and it's Superman. It's not a wedding ring for anybody asking.
But she had like a rough pain week, and she was just like, I identified with her just being kind of at the breaking point. And that was the first time I had commented on anybody's thing. And it was nice to know that there were actually people that I could like message with, that I could actually talk to on here. Because after I found that, found her video, and I started going through TikTok, it started popping up more, and there were a lot more people that I could identify with. And all like over, like, I kept thinking to myself, where was this in 2014? Because I could have really used it in the beginning, because the beginning of anything like this is like you do the next step and the next step, and you do the things they're telling you to do and everything, but it just it feels very lonely and isolated, no matter how many people are actually around you trying to be encouraging. It's really hard to um, because they can't really identify with what's going on. Like, I had to sit down with my daughter today because we had a little meltdown last night because she's super nauseous from the anti-seizure meds, and she wanted to throw them all down the toilet, and she locked herself in the bathroom and said some things I'm not going to repeat on here, because I threatened to put her I threatened to put her ass in the hospital. And not by hurting her. The things that she said, I was like, if you don't think I will put you there, try me. Like, I almost took the doors off the hinges. So we sat down this morning, and I was telling her, listen, I've never had a seizure, but I know what the beginning of something is, this, and the loneliness and all the things. Like, you absolutely,
You can't see the
it's just,
comments. Just keep talking.
well, I'm just wondering who you're flipping off and all the things.
They're trying to hook me up with Turtle in the comment section.
Is Turtle flirting again?
She's threatening to.
She's threatening to flirt. Oh boy. Um,
Oh no! See, you got to be off the meds to date me. That's the status quo. Not over here.
Listen.
Over here. Not over there. How do I do that wrong way every fucking
um, listen, I tell people every day when I get on live, I'm like, I better take my meds, and it's more for your safety than mine.
Eric, I do have an accent. I just do my best to cover it up. You can ask the guys that talk to me daily over there.
Um, does anybody have any questions? Because, like, a lot of the last 8 years has been a lot of repetition, just changing up meds and knowing that this is.
I have a question.
Okay.
You're in remission now, correct?
Uh-huh.
Okay. So the meds that they have you on. Now, with my dad, when they told him he was in remission,
Mm-hmm.
they kept him on the meds, and they put him out, put him down. He was lethargic at all times, vomiting more from the medication and the treatments than he was from being sick.
Mm-hmm.
So, do the medications affect you? You're still taking them, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So right now, I have two things that are true at the same time. My last PCR test says that I'm in remission, but also my white blood count is high right now. I was told that could actually be from the trauma of the knee surgery, because they're not finding anything with my leukemia that is abnormal at this point. So my white blood count is out of whack, but as far as I know, I'm still in remission. Right now, I do have to still take the medication every day.
Okay.
And I was told that I would have to take it every day for the rest of my life. That's what they originally told me. But then my oncologist told me that if I can stay in remission for, another basically 12 months from now, that they could put me in this trial and try to taper down the medication to either see if I could come off of it, or what is the dose that I can get down to keep me in remission, but not having to be on these extreme doses.
I'm guessing today was a good day. You were live all day long, and then you're coming on here to do this shit. So,
listen, I went live this morning and told them, like, and I did my hair and makeup, and then I took a nap, and then I went back live, and then you came in my live and in a hospital gown, and I was like, holy fuck. Um, and then I
That
told
was just proof
everybody,
that I'm sexy no matter what I wear.
um, and then I did go live, and then about an hour before you sent me the link, I was just kind of looking over my notes and trying to figure out um, if there was anything that I'm missing. And I'm sure there's things that I'm missing, but because on one hand,
I
this
love delivery.
started for me in 2015, so I'm like over 8 years in. But on the other hand, I remember like the beginning stages and all of the ups and down parts of it like it was yesterday. And um, so some of it, I'm sure I'm missing some things, but
I'm being
like
sent dick pics.
does that say dick on it? That's funny.
Yeah, that would be Dad Bought Dad. If you don't follow him on TikTok, go look his ass up. It's dadbot_dad, I believe. Uh, Trying to figure out a time for him to come on. He's gonna bring his daughter. We're gonna have some father daughter comedy hour up on here sometime soon.
Oh, that sounds fun.
Oh God,
Um,
yes, it's hilarious.
um, I think like at this point where I'm at, the thing I struggle with the most, like I said, with the weather change, which is one of the reasons that I actually am wanting to move out of Washington into a place that I
Yeah,
want to move somewhere where it's like flipped. Right now, I get rain and cold and aching body about 9 months out of the year. I get about 3 months of I can do whatever I want and I feel great. I want to like try to flip that. So, the goal is to move to Texas, but I'm just not there yet. Um, because at
well,
the same time, my mom is here by herself and she refuses to move to Texas unless I can find some
Alabama.
some biscuits and gravy that she likes. That is the thing. That's all she cares about is her biscuits and gravy. Um,
Then you need to go to Tennessee.
I love Tennessee. I spent a week there last summer. It was great. Um, but uh, besides
What boy?
the aching part, I would say like the fatigue is still kind of a thing. Like there's been now this could also be just because I'm still recovering from my knee surgery, but I take naps most days. I also don't sleep much at night though, and I noticed that that is like a thing with a lot of people that are chronically ill because all of us are up all the damn time. So I do
Okay.
take naps. What's that?
Cat Cat takes a nap in the middle of the day and then she's up for hours upon hours, and then the next day
Same.
she's beat and she's having a flare or she's
Yep.
exhausted, and I'm like, you stayed up all night,
But
like
the
you.
thing is, our bodies don't let us go to sleep when it's like that. Like if we have to take advantage of the moment we actually feel tired and take that nap because there's been times where I've been up for 36, 48 hours and like my friends are like, are you going to sleep anytime soon? And I'm like, my body's not letting me up. Which is where the peanut butter cups come into play. um
Not the same peanut butter, Joe. Not the same. It's a whole different jar. Chill.
it's not a jar, it comes in this bag. Hey, Callie. Oh, she must have gone outside. I was going to show you. um
You ain't got shit on me, turtle. None. Sorry, no. You got to
so I
add
would
me on Snapchat. Mm-mm.
um
That's not a sexual overture. That is like all the people on, the villains and whatnot. Everybody that they like to call villains is on my Snapchat, and they hate me when I cook.
okay, let me just ask this. What the, how did we come? Okay, this is how much I have tried to not be involved in things. How did you come up with the name villains? Like,
We
what
were
is this
given
all about?
We were given that name. Chum, Pops, Inked, Thumper, me by proxy, because, the mask and all the fun shit. Uh, we were called the villains. We were the Wish.com villains. Is that what they said, Chum? I don't remember. But they kept. Who was it that made that long ass video that said we view ourselves as the villains or we view ourselves as the heroes and all we are the villains in our own story and shit like that. So you know what? Fuck you. We own it. We ran with it. Literally own it. It's over her head. So
Okay, so is that how the other side became the anti-bully crew or whatever? I just don't understand where the names came from. That's all I'm saying.
I
Oops.
believe the anti-bully crew thing came from Run Just Run and Bro Kitch. I believe that's who named themselves the anti-bully crew.
Okay. Yeah, see, I don't
And
understand all of that.
it didn't work out very well for them, did it?
Well, not when you own what they're calling you.
I mean, we could put up an hour or 2 hours of just screenshots on this podcast of the anti-bully crew proving that they are the antithesis of exactly what they claim to be. You
I'm
are an example of such. You were on that side. You were friends with them, and you chose to stay out of the drama. And I commend you for that. I do. I do. But the moment you stepped out of character and spoke with me, you were gifted with that name over top of your head up there.
Oh, wow, I didn't know that. Well, this is what I have to say about that. I think me choosing to speak directly to you says actually more about my character than less about my character because I
It
just
does.
feel like it's easier to have a conversation back and forth instead of 85
It is.
videos over a year. Like, I think you and I had a conversation for about a half hour at the most, and
Yep.
before you popped out of that live, and it was done. And it
Not
was
only
like,
that, Jericho and I were both drunk off our asses. It was amazing. But the
um,
thing is, it takes I don't know. I mean, my morals are flexible and whatnot, but I'm willing to have a conversation.
I
I,
mean, I
I, I,
haven't.
believe I told you in a messenger that I would be willing if there was something going on, even with John, even with Sweet. I would be willing to have him on to talk about some major catastrophe or something that's going on in his life. We can shelve the bullshit. I will shelve the bullshit with anybody to overcome something of that nature. Now, the whole stories, the reason you're here tonight, the stories came about because they attacked Fireball for her stance and her beliefs with her child with autism. They attacked DJC Bunny for her disability, and they continually attack DJC Bunny for her disability. They attacked Pops and called him a P3DO when he was a victim of human trafficking. You know, they attacked Temple for her past, and she came on and she told her story. This podcast was just going to be what it normally is in between the stories, talking shit, you know, a bunch of friends, a glorified Zoom call. That's what it was going to be all the time. And when I saw them attacking everyone, I said, you know what? No, I'm going to give you a platform where you can tell your story without fear of being banned, where we can moderate the comments, and where you can have a straight hour and you don't even have to see the comments if you don't want to. So that's what brought about the stories.
Gotcha. No, I mean, I'm 100% certain I'll get dragged for being on here, and I'm fine with it because I know, like, I know who I am. I know that I've never done anything like to them other than
Talk to me.
solve something in a manner different than they would have. Um, And I mean, if that's the biggest thing I've done wrong, I feel like I'm doing fucking pretty good.
It speaks it speaks volumes about your character, Tiffany. It does.
It's just
And
easier.
the problem is, and you remember because you were friends with them at the time, is if you associate with me, if you associate with Chum, you are just as big of scum as we are by default. They give you no opportunity. There is no gray area. And that shows a whole lot of childish ignorance on their behalf. Because believe it or not, no matter how much you may hate me and how much you may hate Chum, we can have conversations with you.
Yeah.
We can talk. We can shelve things.
I don't hate anybody. I think I've been clear that I don't agree with everything that you do, but
But he
you know
does.
that what's that?
Even even Cat doesn't.
I mean, and that's the thing that really gets me is like I'm pretty sure I mentioned that night in the when I popped in there, and conveniently that was the part that they didn't get screen recorded, so
Turtle. Turtle. Let me ask you this. You God, why does this mouse go to sleep? Uh, Let me ask you this question. If you go back to TikTok and you have a lower number, less friends, or people attacking you were in the comment section on this show, or you were in the box on this show, discussing things, telling, as she told her story, as she lived it, are those truly your friends? They were just followers. That's all they were. And they followed until they saw something they didn't like. When they call you a friend, I just had a conversation with C Bunny earlier this afternoon about videos, things that she's been saying in videos. And we talked about it because people had come to me and said that, some of the things that was being said were a little off color. And we talked about it. And I talked to her and we came to an accord. And, she saw what she was doing might affect some people the wrong way. And you know what, Bunny? You're right. You spoke to Luna, Lizzie, Meg, Jules all at once. Lizzie, I will give her a little credit. She reached out to the angry vegan, the fake ass vegan, and she spoke to her for quite some time. And that shows more character on Lizzie's than any of the rest of them. The same as it shows more character on Flamingo's part, on Turtle's part, on her friends' parts for being in this live tonight.
I appreciate my friends coming to support me. I don't even know who's all here because what are you doing?
Eric, Caitlin, Turtle. I'm sure I saw somebody else up in here. I don't know. We've got 20 people watching according to my ticker. Eric says he's strange. He somehow walks through invisible. Eric, that's called the gray man syndrome. You might want to talk to Pop.
Um, Before you go back to your normally
Yes,
scheduled
ma'am.
program, does anybody have any like questions? I'll answer questions. I just am not. I'm pretty much.
You wrapped up then? Hi.
Yeah.
Yes.
There was
Mary is still here. And Charlie's here. Charlie Bella.
who? I don't. I know people by their screen names. I don't. Hold on.
Yeah, you're as bad as me. You're as bad as me. That's what I mean.
Oh, okay.
As long as you come at us respectfully and kosher, willing to talk and not be disrespectful and ignorant, then we won't be disrespectful and ignorant right back to you. And Eric, yeah, being a gray man is not a bad thing. Not at
What
all.
is a what is a gray man?
Pops, go ahead.
I gotta watch the comment section. Hang on.
She can't see. What the hell did you just do? Wrong button, Flamingo. Did Pops go to bed, John? I know some of y'all better be willing to jump in boxes as soon as we're done here. Because I am wired. Do, 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 do. Okay, we're going to be right back. Be right back. It's not my fucking fault. I didn't do it. She's not here, Bunny. I don't know where the fuck she went. She hit the wrong button. Tiff, you gotta click. Hang on. La 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 la. Oh, look who found her way back. Yay.
I got lost. I went
Yeah.
to look. I went to look at the thing where the chat was, and my finger accidentally pressed leave. So, anyways, what is a
Fuck
gray
this shit.
man? What is a gray man? I was like,
Somebody that slides through the shadows, I do believe. Yeah, people forgetting your presence and blends into the background.
gotcha.
But you see, Pops, we don't forget your presence. You're always there. We know.
Do you want to say hi? No. Usually she peeks her head over and says hi, but she's like,
Oh, your dog?
yeah. She's like, that's not
Jump
TikTok. She shook her head no. She doesn't want
She's
to.
okay. She can jump in. It don't matter.
You're not
Say hello.
interrupting anything.
You're not
He asked
interrupting.
about
Say
you.
hello.
She can't hear you because I've got a headphone in. Wait, just wait.
Oh,
Just wait.
hi.
Just wait.
She looks so enthused.
She is in the beginning stages of a new life, and she's very frustrated and stressed out, and um she's having trouble sleeping because she's afraid to go to sleep because all of her grand mal seizures have happened while she's sleeping. So she's afraid to go to sleep. I had a friend on here suggest getting a baby monitor. We put that in her room so that it was like motion activated and sound activated. And we were hoping that helped. Last night didn't work out very well. She didn't end up actually getting any decent sleep until about 7 o'clock this morning. So,
Yeah, I woke up around after 3 a.m. and just couldn't go back to sleep.
yeah, she woke up at about 3 and came out to the couch and was
How old
like,
is
I
she?
fell
I'm up
asleep
again.
on the couch.
She'll be 22 in June.
I fell asleep on the couch.
hmm
Give her a cookie.
So, give her a cookie.
I have
She
my own.
she has a whole box of Girl Scout cookies. How much more cookies she need?
Give her a peanut butter cookie.
Shut up.
Give her a peanut butter cookie
Go.
before bed.
Oh, peanut butter cups? Yes. So
Yes.
I'm gonna tell this. Is Treadstone in the chat?
Unfortunately. No, I'm playing. Yeah, he's here.
Okay, Tread, I'm gonna go ahead and tell your story, and I'm not even asking your permission because it's funny as hell. So I told him when
Chump said to tell me to fuck off. Chump tells everybody to tell me to fuck off, so that's nothing new.
So I told Trev that I would bring these because he was always talking about these gummies that he takes. And I was like, no, you got to try my peanut butter cups. So I took some with me to Michigan and I gave him a couple. And they just sat at his house and I kept saying, have you tried it yet? Have you tried it yet? One night he says, I just took it. He texts me.
She purchased Michigan. She did not carry across state lines. She purchased them in Michigan. Thank you. Have a good day.
Yeah, listen, it's the chemo fog. I get confused. Sorry. Anyways, so I kept asking him if he had tried it yet. He said no. And then one night he texts me and he's like, this thing is doing nothing. This is doing nothing. Like, I don't know why you're bragging about it, kind of thing. He's like, it's not doing anything. And then about a half hour later, I get a text that says, I'm so high. And he put all the eyes in there. All the eyes. I said, I told you. I freaking told you. I tried to warn you. He likes my peanut butter cups. Don't you, Tread? See if I can look at the chat without closing myself out this time.
Yeah. Yeah, here, Bunny has a question for you.
Okay.
I'll show it.
Sure. What's it like being chronically ill taking care of your kid that has medical? Well, in a weird way, I'm kind of grateful that I've already been through the beginning stages of this step and I didn't have any support from the people I wanted it from. Like, for example, in the very beginning, the only person I wanted support from was my husband, and he was pawning me off on his parents. So in a way, I feel very lucky, not lucky, but I'm glad I went through it because I understand when she says, I feel lonely, I get what she's saying. You have all these people around you encouraging you, but if people can't understand like that process and what it does to you, then it's hard. So she knows that I'm here for whatever, but on top of epilepsy though, she has endometriosis. She's been dealing with that since she was about a junior in high school. She's had 2 laparoscopies for that. So she's not new to medical stuff. It's just like I feel like it's kind of the same thing that happened with me. You get the first thing and then the next thing comes and that's kind of how mine went. And I'm really hoping that these two will be the only thing she has to deal with. Um, but I think once I think once she gets used to the medicine, maybe she won't be nauseous as much. And um, also once we talk to her neurologist and find out more about the tests that they've done, because all we know right now is her CT was clear. Her MRI of her brain came back normal. I have my own opinions as to whether she's got a normal brain or not, but medically speaking, it's normal. I don't know how to read an EEG, and it doesn't show up on my chart, so we're waiting to see that um, on the 18th with her doctor. But um, I kind of just explained to her that it's like the beginning of like her life has changed forever, and she just has to like life moved this way, now she has to move this way and go forward with it.
Does she still have her license?
In the state of Washington, you cannot drive for 6 months after a seizure until your doctor releases you. The problem we're having is that she continues to have seizures.
Yes.
And it seems to be more frequently. She has had 2 different kinds. She has had 3 grand mal seizures. And this has all just been since, I believe, the 5th of March. So this is all this month. And then how many of the other seizures do you think you've had this month? If you had to guess.
More than 5. I don't.
Well, you've had about 12 of them in the last week. So I don't know exactly how many of the what they call atypical absent seizures she's had. I know that in the last week she's had for the epilepsy. Callie, Papa Bear is saying for the epilepsy, have you tried? I don't know what passion's flower is. I know what valerian.
Passion flower.
Chamomile tea. He said the first 2 help with sedation, and chamomile makes the medicine last longer.
Yep. Passion flower and valerian.
Hold on, I'm gonna screenshot that. Oops, not with my finger over it. Okay.
She turned it down.
No, I was screenshotting his comment so that I could go back and look at it later. Because we do have chamomile tea here, but right? Isn't your tea chamomile tea? Yeah, I have the chamomile tea. I just don't have the. How has the illness affected my outlook on life? How do I deal with things like stress? I am a person who, like, things build up and build up and build up and build up, and then unfortunately, boom. But I try to deal with stress the best way I can. I try to eliminate as much stress as possible. That was one of the reasons I decided that 2023 was all about protecting my peace, because I got tired of all like everything being so stressful. And one thing that I
That's just a seizure. They didn't really diagnose
they
All
did.
lights on.
But I have people
Sorry.
tell me I don't take it seriously enough. But what they don't understand is that I've just learned to be more patient with things, being chronically ill, because no. They have her on Vimpat, Vimpat, and Lamictal. I can't pronounce the other words that they used for it. And she's just started these, and then what was that, last Saturday? Last Saturday when she had her uh last grand mal seizure, they reached out to her neurologist and he put her on these medications. And then we go back on the 18th, I believe the 18th.
Okay.
Yeah, so hers is just in the beginning stages, and it's kind of frustrating because all of her tests are coming back normal. And even though the doctors have said, like, every test could come back normal and you can still be epileptic, like, it would really
Yep.
be nice. Do I have a cat? Yeah, he thinks he's dying.
Okay, cool. Because I hear meowing and I'm like,
Feed him so
no,
he stops
no,
dying.
man, fuck.
No, that's Felix. He thinks he's dying. He thinks he needs to eat every 20 minutes, and because we're in my little area here is off the kitchen, he thinks he's dying.
My son has a tendency to bring home strays.
Come here.
His girlfriend being a prime example. Hearing a cat meow is like great.
Oh, see, you think that's bad. She did bring home kind of a stray. See, this is Felix. He thinks he's starving to death and gonna wither away. This dude's like 15 pounds. He's not starving. What are we counting down for?
Turtle said she didn't get the number, so no texts. There
gotcha.
It is. What, Britt? Do you think I ever care about doxing myself? I live at 2444 State Route 170, East Palestine, Ohio. Come on over. There is a loaded 12 gauge, a 30-06, a 9mm, a 45, and a 50 caliber in the next room. Go ahead.
Listen, I've never been doxxed on here, thank God. But I have told people who have threatened, told them they just better be right with Jesus when they hit my doorstep. That's all I'm saying.
Damn right. Well, I know that there's many people that would like to show up at my door, so they say. Yes, 50 cal turtle. There's a Barrett 50 caliber in there, and there's a Druganov SVD that's on its way from Texas in June.
Well, I do not have the arsenal you have, but what I have is effective. That's all I'm gonna say. And I
will reach out and touch a motherfucker, guaranteed.
Well, there was this whole I think you and I talked about a little bit one night. A person who used to be on TikTok. They were not. It was a real life person in my life that kind of merged into TikTok life, and then he decided one night, because I wouldn't get off of live and give him my undivided attention, he decided to show up at my door and call me a cunt, and that was super fun. And
whoa, you didn't tell me that.
What? I thought we talked about this. Yeah.
You didn't tell me that.
Okay. I'll back the truck up.
Boy toy, I know you're in Seattle. Were you showing up at her door?
No, it was not him. No, he had been blowing up my phone, calling me everything but my name because I was live with other people and wouldn't get off of there and give him my undivided attention. And he said he was on his way over because he had the spare key to my apartment and my truck, because I'm really good at needing spare keys. That's all I'm going to say. And he like 10 minutes down the road. So he comes to my door, calls me a cunt, and then leaves with my keys. And I had to call it. His name is Ben. Treadstone is really, really fond of him. You should ask Tread. Aren't you, Tread? That's your bestie, right?
Wait, Ben who? Like, this is a TikTok motherfucker, so I need to know. So I don't know. I'm not following.
He's not on there anymore. He left TikTok, I think, right after Britt gave her a piece of her. Listen, I was live with Treadstone, Justin, and I believe Ashley Taylor when he knocked on the
Oh,
door. And I said, watch this. He's going to say some bullshit. I didn't know how far it was going to go, but so I set the phone down. They all heard it. And then I had to go back and have get the recording because it was the only way I could prove to the officer that he left with my keys because of the conversation we were having. And anyways, needless to say, he did all that and then he got run off TikTok because, well, a lot of people said a lot of things and that video kind of went around and Britt threatened to turn him into lobster bait. It was the whole thing. And there were all these guys. Scott was like, I'm 9 hours away, I'll come. Like people saying, but Britt is the one that we decided we should do a GoFundMe and just get her a plane ticket because she could fix this shit.
yes,
And
Treadstone.
she wants to. What is going on?
Nothing. We're just gonna handle some things. Yes, Tread. She can't see the comment. So.
Oh, I saw it,
Oh, okay.
but for the sake of argument, I'm gonna pretend I didn't.
Uh-huh.
But anyways, so there was a girl that has known him since he was 2 and like reached out to me after this. She told us all sorts of stuff. And we were live one day just chit-chatting. Didn't know he had created a fake account. And he was in there listening to us talk about the stuff that she had shared with us. Next thing I know, this motherfucker's at my door. At my door. And I shut it and locked it. And from that moment until I got the restraining order, which is why I'm going to pretend I don't know anything, he has not come back since. I don't think so. I think he came back once and
Hey,
wasn't wise. What is
you just on the count of 3, you gotta pull your glasses off and stare intimidatingly at the camera.
Oh, okay. What?
I'm playing. I'm mocking somebody.
Who are we mocking?
I'm gonna organize and we're gonna do a GoFundMe. We're gonna do a massive road trip. Okay. We're gonna get a bus. We're gonna get a bus. One with a bathroom in it, by the way, kids. And we're gonna go. We're gonna start in New York. So Britt, you'll have to drive down and meet us. We're gonna start in New York. We're gonna drive down the East Coast. There's 2 stops in New York that I know of, like right out of the gate. Maybe 3. And everybody, maybe we'll get one without a bathroom. You can save it all in buckets, and we'll just drop it off everywhere we stop. But we're gonna go across the country.
I'm glad I won't be on that bus because I ain't riding in a bus that smells like shit. Literal shit.
Chum, Sir Gucci has $495 glasses. So these are the most amazing thing in the world, especially if you have vision problems. They are called Nreal augmented reality glasses.
I'm still trying to figure out who you were imitating.
Oh, they had a live last night, Chum. Was it last night or the night before? They were mimicking Kat's. They were mocking Kat's video where she said,
I thought that video was hilarious.
Well, like, they were saying, when you pull off your glasses and you feel like Superman, and somebody in that live was going. So
I think I know who would do that.
Yeah, the person that was trying to use your trauma against you. That one.
Well, see, that is the thing that Ben had really put me through a lot of emotional bullshit and all over the place. Swede was not a person I talked to about that. That information came from one of the girls. And
for the rest of the class, the girls' names are Amanda Mitchell and Mandy Daniels.
So yeah, he apparently made a 10-minute video. I got about 40 seconds in, and that was like right out the gate what he went with. I didn't even bother watching the rest of it. And here's my thing. Do not, and I hope you're watching, Swede, do not fucking sit on any app and talk about how people on this app are affecting your mental health if you are going to be an ignorant fucking asshole knowing that was part of my trauma that I just was getting over, and you literally threw it in my face. So you intentionally fucked with my mental health, so I don't care at this point about yours. Don't beg for sympathy for your fucking mental health if you're going to intentionally fuck with other people's mental health. The end. What's that? It's a gnome.
That's my Zen fuck you gnome.
Oh, okay. I was trying to figure out what was going on.
He's
Did
3D
you know?
printed.
Did you know that we found out some interesting information in one of my lives about gnomes? Did you know that gnomes apparently now mean that you're a swinger?
Really? Because I thought that was pineapples. That's what Ashley has on her porch.
Upside down wait. Yeah, upside down pineapples.
No, forget about what I just said. Yes, upside down
Um,
pineapples mean you're a
but
swinger.
no, we were
That
Treadstone was reading it. I think it was Tread off of a thing one time, and it like if you have the little white fancy thing in your yard with the white rocks, like all
fuck
sorts of it.
Tread. Fuck you, Tread. Like
What?
I've got the backdrop up because I have printers going, and I've got two of them printing new garden gnomes. I've got one printing a gnome on a Harley. I've got one printing a gnome mooning people, and they're gonna go in my yard. I'm not a swinger. I can't get laid as it is, so fuck you.
So the very first, on the same topic, but also Tread, before we like all met up in Michigan and hung out and everything, one night we were live, and I had about 9 Mike's Hard Lemonades. I was a little sauced, and he said, "Can I ask you a question?" And I
Do
said,
you
"Sure." And I have this tattoo on my arm. It's a flamingo. Whoops, there it is. Big ass tattoo on my arm. It's a flamingo. He said, um, he said, um,
The only reason Chum
are you a
swings is so
swinger?
that he can reach the top shelf.
He asked me if I had that tattoo because I was a swinger, and I was like, "What are you talking about?" But the way he asked it was like he was afraid to ask me. That was before we really knew each other very well. But yeah,
What irritates
my flamingo tattoo and my flamingo name um, are in memory of my friend who unalived herself in 2017. We both were obsessed with flamingos, so um, that's why I have
I
this little. It's upside down right now, but the little semicolon thing and all
yeah.
that. So no, I'm not a
I
swinger. It's for my friend.
yeah, we did go. We went left with the podcast. You're right,
That's
totally.
okay. You can
Um,
have you can have at your whatever you were planning. I just was going to
we
answer any
had
questions.
a serious discussion, but right now I do have to speak up and say it is just insanity how everything and literally anything and what you're saying. Treadstone told you, he showed you, uh, anything
Uh-huh.
has been given new meanings. You know,
hmm
pineapples mean you're a swinger. Gnomes
hmm
mean you're a swinger. This like no the fucking club down the road that doesn't have any signs on it, but there's a shitload of cars on Friday night.
Probably a
That
swinger
means you're
club.
a swinger.
No, it went as far as to um the little white little picket fence things that people put around their little gardens with the little white rocks in it. Apparently, if you have that in your front yard, it is a sign that you're a swinger. It had to. We were like, wow.
Do you realize how many fucking Karens are getting hit on right now? Like they're out there watering their flowers. They got some guy walking past. What's up, baby? Yeah, let's go. Like fuck. What's that? And tequila causes the adoption of a flamingo. Only if
No,
you're doing
you
it.
didn't. Oh, okay. I'm just gonna tell the story. I can't believe you did that to me, Tread. I know Tread did it,
You
didn't he?
stole
It was
somebody's fucking flamingo, didn't you?
so. What had happened was I
Yeah.
had about a half a bottle of this, and we were live, and I said we were talking about things, and I was like, I wonder if I could adopt a flamingo. And so I Googled it, and it turns out you can pretty much adopt anything you want. So there was a site, and like it's a annual fee, and they send you a little stuffed flamingo and a little certificate. And yes, I know they send the same to every single one, but I adopted a fucking flamingo. Okay, I spent the $60 while I was drunk, and I adopted a flamingo. If that's the worst thing I do on tequila, I'm good.
See, this year I'm going to run an adopt an asshole program. I will, if you want to
It's Mountain
buy,
Dew.
call it like a Secret Santa thing. If you want to buy Swede a Christmas present, I'll give you the link to poopsenders.com. They're down in Pittsburgh, and they'll send it directly to his door. If you adopt a, I can't even call him an asshole. Adopt a whiny little bitch. That's what we'll do for Christmas this year. If you want to really go out of the gate, I'll give you his address, and you can send him crabrevenge.com or what was the other one, Chum? Was it Bedbugs? Yeah, that one. We
Ew.
can't go to a podcast without giving him something to
Why
talk about.
why do you know about these things? Why? Why do you know about such things?
Listen, Chum, are you in the? Get in a box, Chum. Anybody that's in the villains chat, come into a box right now, and please tell them about what I did to my ex boss. Go ahead. Okay, since they're slow.
What's
You know
that?
that little trophy? That little trophy that Swede is so in arms about me having?
Yeah.
The, the number one dickhead trophy, okay? It is a penis in a business suit. And it says number one dickhead. And his name is on the breast pocket. I made one for my boss, my ex boss, because I had quit the job because he was an arrogant prick and
Mm-hmm.
treated people like shit, namely my ex girlfriend. He grabbed her by her hair and thrust his hips into her waist and pinned her against the vending machine.
Please
And
tell me that you reported it to HR because as an HR professional, I would want to know.
I was the union steward.
Oh, well, there's that too.
Well, I printed him a number one dickhead award and put his name on the breast coat, but I used highway yellow paint to highlight the letters, and it was painted in all black. Chum and Brandon and a few others have seen it the other day. And I gorilla epoxy, 5 minute quick epoxy, to the middle of the picnic table at work where everybody smoked because we had a designated area where you could smoke, nowhere else. So, middle of the night, the day I quit, I epoxied it to the picnic table. It was printed out of solid ABS plastic. ABS is what they make your car fenders and shit out of. So, hard to break. The next morning, because work started at 3:30 a.m., my phone is blowing the fuck up. Hundreds of employees are texting me and calling me. You did this. We know you have the printers. This is fucking hilarious. He didn't come in until 9 a.m., which means exactly 260 employees saw that before he did. And because you had to walk past the smoking area to get into the business. Well, when he showed up, I had the video. I wish I still had it. He had to get up on the picnic table and kick it until it broke loose. So mind you, he is 4'10" and probably 197 pounds.
Okay.
That does not equate. Chum,
No.
he was taller than you, but heavier than you. He got up there and he's kicking it like an angry little fucking gnome. He finally broke it off. Well, for the next 3 weeks, other employees took to digging it out of the dumpster and gluing it to his office desk. And drove him absolutely batshit insane. So once he had smashed it down with a sledgehammer, I printed out 100 cards at Walmart. It was this meme. It was a black and white penis that had rainbow sparkles shooting out of the tip of the dick, and it said, "With love and light for all of those who think I'm a dick." I printed out 100 of them. I ordered a half a pound of dick-shaped glitter off of the internet, and I filled the envelopes with the dick-shaped glitter, and I super glued the seams shut. So they had to rip it open.
Oh my
And
God.
I sent those in other envelopes to friends that live across the country and across the pond.
Hmm.
And I gave them all the address to send it back to, the business address. And it was filled out to the union hall members. So that automatically went on the desk in the middle of the break room. All the mail that went to union hall members went on the desk in the middle of the break room. So it didn't matter. Once or twice a month, they were getting penis get greeting cards filled with dick glitter, and somebody would religiously open them up, and dick glitter would end up all over the fucking place. So 100 of them
Speaking
from country.
speaking of litter, um,
Yeah, how'd
so
that go?
that little
I'm not
uh,
dance.
uh listen, you are off the hook with the chicken dance, unfortunately.
Fuck.
But see what happens when you get a little too excited about shit? See what happens? Instant karma. Anyways,
Yeah, usually
uh,
when I get excited, the pain is elsewhere.
so, but what is happening is, uh, Treadstone will have a glitter bomb that he has to open inside his house, either on, well, on live. Um,
Can I make
and
it?
he's not allowed to Dexter his apartment. The only part he can Dexter is the part that he makes his candles in, because we don't want to ruin his stuff
Yeah.
like that. But he's super excited about it. I know he is, because he loves some glitter, don't you, Tread? I'm pretty sure his next words are "fuck you." Let me check the chat.
No, it's not updating for me. It gets the chat doesn't update for me very quickly.
Oh, yeah, the last thing I see is from Christy Smith. Oh, it moved. Me either, Britt. Me either. Um, you know, if you are good at making such things, reach out to Justin, because I mean, I know he hasn't made it yet, and it's going to be a few weeks because he's busy with some things. But I can't wait. But okay, all of that said, it was never really about the glitter, even though I'm excited about it.
Yeah.
We ended up raising $2,300 for Operation Tiny House, which will get
Go
roughly
ahead and
4 beds
explain
off
that.
the street.
Go ahead and explain that. You'll have the floor. I will be right back.
Okay. We ultimately raised $2,300 for Operation Tiny House, which will get roughly, hopefully, 4 homeless vets off the street, and help integrate them back into society. Treadstone knows more about the Operation Tiny House than I do. I was just tracking donations and trying to keep everything updated. Um, but yeah, uh, the goal was the goal was always to do as much as we could, but if we could have got to $5,000, then Joe had agreed to do the chicken dance in a video, but we didn't make it that far. So we'll have to get the chicken dance another way, another time. Britt, you are a good cup holder. What? So yeah, that's all. I feel very weird that he left me by myself. I'm all alone. Oh God, here I go. My Life's a Musical. That was Shrek. Yes, it was.
You're not by yourself.
No, I feel weird trying to entertain people. So,
No, my doorbell went off. So
oh, gotcha. Um, well,
yeah,
unless anybody has any other questions for me, I will hop out of here and let you move on with your regularly scheduled programming.
I don't know if we're gonna end up doing it or not. I haven't had anybody say, "Okay, count me in." So if you're gonna jump in a box, speak now, or forever hold your peace.
Somebody should jump in the box. Anybody.
Tiffany's tired of looking at me, people. You want a
No,
box?
I
Get in a
just
box.
feel very awkward because, like, if there's other questions, I'm happy to answer them, but otherwise, like,
Okay. Britt says you could say Justin has a guy when he doesn't. You just want less glitter.
wait, what?
Oh no, Treadstone! I'll make you a glitter bomb. I will. We can even make it sweet shaped. Oh, did I say that out loud? Listen, this I can make a glitter bomb out of anything.
What is
So
that? Is that a dragon?
this is the top of a puzzle box that I'm
Okay,
currently printing. It is a dragon. It has I don't know. The bottom of the box has the Japanese script around the bottom, or Chinese script rather. But this is made out of tricolor filament. So
gotcha.
depending on what direction you look at it from, depends on what color you're getting.
So
But
that I actually have on the sides of my truck. And my truck I inherited from my dad when he passed, but I don't know why he wanted this on there, but like if the sun is out, it can look like a orangish yellowish weird thing. If you hit it from another direction, it's like purple and blue. Well,
No,
hey there,
well,
brother of mine.
no, seriously, I'm pretty sure Justin has a guy that makes glitter bombs, but you're more than welcome to reach out to him. Put as much glitter in as you want to. Don't care.
I mean, listen, it's only like a 4 to 6 year business year. It'll be cleaned up in no time, right? 4 to 6 business years.
oh no, 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 and no. There is this super fine 2 micrometer
No,
wide glitter.
no.
Super fine 2 micrometer wide glitter that is barely visible by itself, but they will give you a half a pound of it. And when it explodes, you can never, ever, ever vacuum it all up. Treadstone left. He's like, fuck you, I'm out.
Why did you leave?
Because I'm giving people ideas.
Listen, I'm not saying that I wouldn't be happy if something like that ended up at Ben's house, but I'm not saying I would be sad.
Oh boy, look who we got. Angry Lobster Girl.
Hi!
I accidentally hit the back button.
Is this backwards?
It is backwards.
Whoa.
Get used to your surroundings, Brett.
I never thought I'd see this. Wow, you really can't see the comments, can you?
You can, but be careful because you'll accidentally hit the back button.
Oh, I did that a lot last time, but I was drunk, so.
I just figured out how to do it. I accidentally hit leave earlier, but I just figured out how to do it. So. Oh gosh, my daughter's over there talking to somebody, telling her about what happened last night. She's crying again.
But
That'll happen a lot.
in my defense, Tiffany, I did not tell anyone about the flamingo adoption. That was not me.
Who was it? Scott? Scott, listen.
I can pick out
If it wasn't, oh, I'm pointing at Britt. If it wasn't you,
You're
then it
pointing
was
off
either
camera.
Scott or Eric. It was either Scott or Eric. There's the only other option.
Who's Jimmy Rizzo?
Huh?
Who is Jimmy Rizzo? He said hello.
I have no idea. No clue.
Rizzo?
Chum, go ahead.
What's the matter?
Nothing. Never mind. That's one of the last week, Britt. I think you were here. We attracted.
Oh my
Because I
gosh.
saw.
Don't tell me it's back.
I think it's last week. We attracted I'm almost positive it was somebody's. What do they call that gaming system?
Twitch.
Twitch or
That
Xbox.
no,
Twitch.
not Switch. The
Twitch.
streaming thing.
Twitch.
Yeah.
Twitch.
There's
You
somebody
picked
whose
out
husband.
the freaking warranty, guys. Roblox.
Yeah, somebody's
It was Roblox.
somebody's husband is one of those Twitch streamers.
Oh, that's
Namely,
right.
Little Miss Bible verse. Her husband's a Twitch streamer, and
I didn't
somehow,
think of that.
wildly, out of the blue, we start getting these grown-ass bearded men who are all wearing gaming
Fred, were you
headsets
in there?
and controllers in their hands, and all they want to do is come in and talk shit. And somebody used it all as a racist, trying to say it was racist gotcha moment kind of things when we were arguing with these people.
How
They
is
just
it racist?
come in.
That
Well,
drives me
because
so crazy.
one of the guests asked, we had one in here that was from India. He admitted he
Okay.
was from India. He even made a comment while he was in here about a gas station. And
I
one of the
think he
guests
got
in
mad
our
because he said his race was. What was it?
Hindu.
Was it
He said
that?
he said he was Hindu Muslim.
Wasn't there one guy that came in and proposed marriage to was it Thumper or Scrappy?
Both.
It was
what?
Thumper.
Was
One
it
of the
Thumper that he
trolls that
proposed to? Oh, it was
I
not.
believe it was.
Okay. See, I didn't know there was a.
But
Oh,
yeah,
no,
we got inundated all night long with ignorant trolls. Ignorant trolls.
There are
Yeah,
times
so it
when,
doesn't
like,
surprise me.
I will. There are times I can deal with trolls, and other times I just lose
She
my
goes off
shit
on
on
him.
them. Listen, they're like I say every morning when I go live. I took my medicine for your protection, not mine.
Facts.
I took my medicine for everyone else's protection, but apparently, I've been warned. I've been warned that if anybody starts to piss me off, I should just walk away because prednisone can make you angry,
Yes, it
Yeah.
can.
like really
It
angry.
really can. It makes me a cunt. It's bad.
Listen,
That and gabapentin.
not really. Listen. Okay, Britt, are you ready to hear this? I take 1,200 milligrams of gabapentin 4 times a day.
Girl, I would probably be in
She's here.
prison.
My primary question is
Oh,
here.
wait.
Yes,
She's over
But-
there.
I know. I
Hindu
feel.
and Muslims. Eric,
Wait, what do we
Hindu
got?
and Muslims are completely
Traffic.
separate religions.
Okay. Hi, Heidi.
Hinduism and Muslim
But they're
is
also
completely
religions. They're
separate
not a
religions.
race.
Christy,
That's
wasn't
what
it
I was
you
thinking.
who told him? Christy, wasn't it you that told him to called him a poo and told him to get back to running the store after he made the comment that he was Hindu? And yes, he something about 7-Eleven because Chum, you jumped on the 7-Eleven thing.
Who are we
I
talking
was fucking
about?
with 7-Eleven technical support. How can I help you?
The troll that came in here. The troll that
Brett.
came in here last
Wait,
time. Like,
Thumper.
The
Wait,
Roblox
I got a bone to pick.
guy.
I got a bone to pick. Thumper, you horny rabbit. I will boil you in a goddamn pot. She sends me a picture of some Christmas gnome and says that, she finally found me because it's got the name Joe across the top of it. It says that I light up like Christmas. I got a bone to pick with you, woman.
Let me just tell you something, you guys. I created a new Instagram account in the event that TikTok goes down, and I put it on anyways. The top 3 things that I see on my thing, because it's a new account, are Joe, Thumper, and Britt. And reading your guys' little things next to each other all day long, I am like, what in the actual fuck is going on right now?
We have fun with those.
So,
We really do.
so about that road trip, apparently it's ending in Texas. I told Joe that I was going to make barbecue when they make it to Austin.
Sir, bring your barbecue with you. Hold on. So the whole point of this road trip, right, is because you're delivering buckets of shit to Ben? Am I right?
Or no,
Right?
to
No,
various people.
Oh
That's
man.
wonderful.
you know,
It's gonna be a whole ass
I've
trip.
been on this. I've been on this app for
So
2 years.
let me tell you
2
what.
years. The first year I was here, I followed all of those other people: Misfit, Jess, Paris. I followed all of them. I explained it on the last podcast, I believe.
I think
Now
we all did.
the
I
road
still
trip.
didn't know that you were doomed forever. Like,
The road trip that I
never
want to take.
clicked.
I just want to walk up to somebody's house, ring the doorbell, mask on or no mask, whichever. The new one, I'll wear the new one. And when they answer the door, I want to break their fucking jaw and walk away. That's all I want to do.
Somebody
And I have
Hey,
never
I was
threatened
dead
anybody
serious.
before.
Go ahead.
Now,
He said
hold on a
one,
second.
not going
JoJo.
to. He said want.
Well,
JoJo,
that's kind of like
I'm gonna need
like
something from you. I'm gonna need something from you, JoJo. I'm
Oh,
gonna need you to make me a Furby gnome mask.
oh, yes.
I already showed you the one I was gonna put it. Do you want me to make it?
Yeah.
Do it.
I will wear
I'm-
that on the podcast just to fuck with people.
I
Like,
totally
do I
get
put
what you're
fur
saying,
on it?
Joe, about wanting to. Because I told, I think I told Trud this morning. Whoever was in my life this morning, I was like, listen, there was only two things stopping me from going because the cousin that said this to my daughter is literally one building over, but on the top floor. The only thing that kept me from going over there and rocking her shit was because I'm still recovering from knee surgery and climbing all those stairs was not going to work well. And number two, the color orange is not in my color wheel.
Why? What's wrong with orange? Oh, well, no, nothing.
It's not in my color wheel. It looks good on other people, but I ain't. Listen, not a good color for me.
Family reunion.
Let me
I gotta fix my mirror.
Actually, you know what? I have found out that any color is in my color wheel because
Chum,
I'm
when the fuck are
colorblind.
you?
I'm the almighty voice of the asshole. No,
He likes to think he's the voice of
He
God.
doesn't have a color wheel. He has a good ear.
Hold on. Did
He
he
has a
just
good-
say? Did he just say that no colors are in his color wheel because he's colorblind?
All-
Is that what I just heard?
All colors
no,
are.
all
Yeah.
colors. I can wear any color and think I'm wearing a beautiful shade of gray.
Fair enough.
Hang on.
Oh, trust me,
Fair
I found
enough.
that out the hard way.
He found out the hard way because he sent us pictures and asked us if it looked good because he's partially blind too, in case you didn't know. And it
I
was a
didn't.
pink and yellow sunflower sundress.
I'm sorry. What?
So we
I've
had
never worn.
Sundress?
Hold on. You
Did
got
you
that
it
confused.
was
It
a
wasn't
pink,
me.
it was
It
a
was
pink
not. It was
sundress.
not me.
It
It was
was
not
a
me in the
pink sundress.
sundress. That was Pops. That was Pops.
No, that was
Pops
you.
was the one in the
That was
tutu.
you. No, that was you.
Well,
Right
you
when you
just
had that,
screenshot that shit.
you were all doped up. You thought it was one of the best tank tops you ever bought, motherfucker. That was a sundress.
Oh, is this payback? Is this payback for me giving you shit saying that you were, broken down like this old whorehouse earlier when you were in the hospital?
You're fucking right. I was. Why'd you turn off audio avatars, you little bitch?
Because I like
See,
being the
Chum and-
faceless voice.
Chum and Pops are admins on the channel because, the villains. Scrappy and a list of others are moderators because God knows we get our amount of trolls.
Oh, I
So
believe it.
So when I told you tonight, Flamingo, that we would make sure that you weren't harassed, I meant it.
Oh, I didn't think that the harassment would come during the podcast.
Oh, it
It'll
did the
be
other
tomorrow
day.
or tonight.
It'll come later.
It did the other night.
The
Well,
only
That's because
person,
you
the
kept
only
wait. That's because Scrappy kept hitting on the bald fucker that came in to defend her against Thumper.
He really did, the one DJing in his garage.
what?
Who came in to
Dude
defend
would even
me?
look at the camera. He was like this the whole time. Why you guys picking on that fireball? She's hot as hell. Hang on a second.
Oh, I
got the
remember
best
that.
video.
Guy.
I was like, who?
And then there was the
fucking camera.
there was that. What was that one guy? The neckbeard dude. The guy living in his mama's basement. That came from Zach.
He was
He just
so
sitting there
angry.
staring. It's like, are you making fun of Muslims? It's like, yeah. If you think that Muslims are race, I'm gonna make fun of you because you're fucking stupid. Yeah. Okay. There may have been a lot of things. There may have been a lot of things that I have changed ever since meeting my better half. But I'm
Thumper,
gonna
bring
tell
me
you one thing that hasn't. I'm still a
You-
dick.
You are still a dick.
Yeah, because I kept saying, like, we're all friends. We were joking with each other. Like, that dude was, like, hardcore, like,
Yeah, he
I
was
don't
taking
know.
everything.
Know where they all came
Everything
from.
that we said, everything we said to each other, like we were burning each other, like we do in our chat all day long, and we were just having a good time. And they come in and they're like, "Why are you picking on that Fireball? Why are you picking on that
He
Thumper?
was so
What?
mad.
Why are you saying this ignorant shit? Like, motherfucker, do we do this before we eat Cheerios? What are you talking about?"
So, Chum, I have to tell you something funny. I mean, I don't know whether it's funny or not. Maybe not. I don't know. Anyways, so
What?
after I had our conversation last time, and they recorded it all, whatever. So a video was made. Did you know that you and I are best friends now, Chum? I didn't know if you knew.
Oh, Jesus.
We're
Lord.
best. We're best friends.
Chum,
Where the fuck we
Chum,
go?
listen,
So I
Chum,
said,
listen.
I said,
I got informed earlier that I'm Justin's best friend now.
yeah. And so I said in my response to that, I was
Fucking-
like, if you're screen recording, you're not doing a very fucking good job, because Chum and I were both in that conversation, and we're both like, we're not trying to be friends. We're just having this conversation. It's agree to disagree, but they're not doing a great job of screen recording because they think we're best friends now.
Look, the only great job they do is abusing the victim card. Let's be honest about that for a second. That's the only great job they do, or looking like they roll around in like 3D old trash.
Intentionally misunderstand what you're saying.
Oh,
That's what
Jesus.
they're
Oh
doing.
no! Okay, no. You have to be willfully stupid to twist the words that me and this bald fuck nugget over here say, because we're pretty direct. Ain't that right, Joe?
Sidebar. Public service announcement and sidebar: do not mix prednisone with alcohol.
Why the fuck would you do that?
Yeah, really. What were you doing?
It is hitting good. I'm feeling
Oh,
great.
great. I bet you are.
There.
I don't have enough
How many
alcohol
hot
for
flashes
this.
have you had so far?
Not as many as you
What's
on
that?
a regular Friday night.
She's not on prednisone at the moment.
Is
Yeah, but
any of
prednisone doesn't make me do that.
No,
just makes me a
prednisone doesn't
bitch.
do that. It's the ovaries in overdrive.
I don't have any ovaries. They're gone.
Oh, that's the problem.
Swing and a miss. Oh,
I have
Brett,
no.
Are you drinking anything tonight, Brett?
So are you?
me?
Yeah.
I learned my lesson on the podcast before because not that fireball or that fireball, but fireball kicked my ass. I'm just drinking Jack tonight.
She was toasted. She was gone.
Are you opening the
You talking
tequila?
about scrap? Are you talking about Britt the other night?
No,
Britt, when
not.
she was in that little mini bottle,
She was-
that flask, she was.
Yeah, she was 3 sheets to the wind on a lobster boat that wasn't even on the water.
Gone. I was gone.
you lose.
What do you got, Trent?
Crappy.
I
Huh?
was
Where's
just
Fabio?
so I will tell you, I had contemplated
Camera's
taking
off.
shots before the podcast, but then I was like, if it hits too hard, then my notes are really not going to make sense to me, which they already. So I waited till afterwards, and now I'm going to have some tequila because why not?
Coconut
I
tequila.
love tequila, Tiff.
Huh?
Me and tequila do not get along. I love tequila. Tequila does not love me.
So I have an account.
Ew, dog patch. I haven't even cracked that bottle yet, brother. I'm waiting for a good time to crack it, and I don't know if you've been paying attention, but I ain't had very many good times this week.
One of my accounts that are like my backup go live accounts for when so the reason I have 7 of them is because when shit hit the fan with Ben, he was coming in and hiders. He was taking my account down left and right, and I was having to hop all over the place in order to be live with my friends. That's why I have them. The other day,
Treadstone, send me that info, by the way.
Yes, send him that info.
Uh,
I can't remember any of it at the moment.
a video was
No, I
made,
haven't saved.
or a comment section, either a video
So
or
it's Matt.
and they said something about all my hider accounts, right? So, like I posted them all up there, and it's like, do you honestly think I would put my actual fucking name on it with my actual fucking face if I'm trying to be sneaky? No. But one of the accounts literally.
Well, hold on, Tiff. I'm gonna be honest with you for a second here. They're stupid enough; they would.
But I
They
would.
did. You wouldn't, but they're stupid, and they think everybody is as dumb as they are. Let's be honest about that.
Wow, that's
Well,
rude
I was just trying.
What?
We were trying to come up with
that
names.
they think that.
One of the accounts is the name of it is Tequila Tiffany, because that is actually a thing, and
It really is.
between any other kind of alcohol Tiffany and tequila Tiffany is other times Tiffany. I don't know why I'm talking about myself in third person. I'm annoying.
Jesus, why are you pulling a Tin Man? Fuck off.
So the
Tin
difference
Man
between
loves you.
anything else versus tequila is on other things, I will choose my words carefully. When I'm drinking tequila, the filter sometimes
Everything comes out.
out. And they were saying, oh, Tiffany had a meltdown because she was drunk. No, I didn't have a meltdown because I was drunk. I was fucking pissed and I was at my limit, and I'd had enough tequila that I don't give a shit what came out of my mouth. And you heard all the things I've been wanting to say.
And that's why I love Tequila Tiff.
I mean that, and she buys flamingos.
Hey,
That
hey,
too.
Joe, are you a lefty or a righty?
He's a righty.
Oh Jesus.
Do you
Well,
know?
he's gonna be an angry son of a bitch for the next few days.
I'm a righty.
Go.
So what?
This is his first dance with prednisone, okay? Some of us know what it's like.
What landed you in the hospital? What took you to the hospital? I'm curious. I'm sorry.
For the last couple of days, I've been having chest pains. Like, not so much chest pains, as real tight right through here and right up here.
Well, hold on. The last couple of days? Are you fucking kidding me?
Right?
He does what any man does. It'll go away. I'll work through it. It'll be fine.
Well,
that's what he did.
Stupid. That's fucking stupid.
Okay.
That's what your husband does, guaranteed.
Since last Monday, not this past, the last Monday, I was lifting. I got a 50-pound dumbbell set downstairs. I jumped it up. I was doing. I don't know if you've ever seen it. It's Henry Cavill's his workout that he did for like 2 weeks straight for his movies for what is he, The Witcher? But I was doing the dumbbell sets.
No, he's what Adam thinks he is.
Yeah. I was doing the dumbbell sets, the weight sets, and everything, and I jumped it up to 50 pounds from 15. I went straight from 15 to 50-pound dumbbells. So I was pushing 100
You're not the sharpest tool in the shed. You were looking kind of dumb with your finger and your thumb in the shape of an L on your forehead.
8.5 years ago, I was pulling down a roll-up door at work. And it didn't want to come down, but it had a rope hanging from it. So I jumped up, I grabbed it with my left hand, and I put all of my weight onto it and broke it free of whatever was jamming it up. Well, when I did, something in my shoulder went. And it hurt for like 2 weeks after that, but I just lived with it. I barreled through it. And I've lived with it every day since. It really doesn't bother me anymore unless I do too much stupid shit. Like, lifting 100 pounds of weights repetitively. But this morning I woke up and it was numb from here to my fingertips. And my chest was really tight. Excuse me, Ms. Morgan. I trained with the Marines more than I did the Navy. But
so you have
it kind of scared the shit out of
me.
me. I have a death wish. What's that?
What branch were you actually in?
That wrong arm. That one.
I don't know. I can't really tell what that is from here.
He was a seaman.
I was a seaman.
We were all
The
semen at one
moment I
time.
told Cred that,
My
his
dad was-
reaction was priceless.
My dad was in the Navy. I
So-
have a
But anyways,
Joe has an affinity for long, round, hard objects full of semen.
Listen, if
yeah.
you're making fun of
I was
Joe,
not on a sub. I am
my dad.
6 foot tall. They gave me the option when I signed up. They're like, "Oh, you got a 99 on your ASVAB. Yeah, you can go for nuke. You can suck my dick." I do not want to be that close to a nuclear reactor because I would not like my semen to glow in the dark. And I'm not going to be stuck on a fucking cigar tube 6 miles under the water with a bunch of fucking smelly ass dudes. Thank you, no.
Oh, you'd
But,
like it and you know it.
No, I wouldn't. I know. No, in my luck, I'd
Unless they
get
have a
stuck with
supply
somebody
of
with
peanut
Swedes
butter.
Act military protocol.
Look. You'd have been all right. It would have saved you a lot in your love life, though.
Yeah, it would have. That would have been a great excuse. Tell my
I have
ex-wife,
to-
no, you can't come along.
Joe is not the only one who waited several days to go to the hospital. I have a history of kidney stones, so I thought I was passing one, and it wasn't going. I felt like it was stuck, but it was all the way down at the bottom.
To say hi.
Who? Hi, Aiden. I'm live with some people, honey. Wants me to talk to her boyfriend that I'm not even got back with, so no.
Wait, that's a bad idea. No, that's a bad idea. You got me and Joe. You do not want us talking to your boyfriend.
I was gonna say, Lord have mercy.
But I waited 2.5 days. On the third day, I went in, and it turns out it was not a kidney stone. My appendix was about to rupture. So,
Oh yeah.
there's that
Emergency
all.
appendectomy.
Yeah, that thing.
Uh-huh.
Wait, Treadstone, did
But
you say
anyways-
Justin has a guy? Like, are we talking about Justin that makes the flags?
Yes.
That wouldn't surprise me.
Wouldn't surprise you about what? I'm confused.
I'm very
Him
confused.
having a guy. No, you said he has a guy.
What's happening right now is because I had a live last week and Joe was in a box and Justin was in a box and they started discussing autism situations because of Justin's son. And Joe started, I believe, talking about your nephews, if I remember correctly. And they were having a conversation.
Yeah.
So because they were having a conversation, Justin and Joe are now best friends. And you
Oh
and I
my
are best friends. We're all just one big happy best friend family.
Fuck yeah.
See,
Why the fuck
I
not?
would like to make this absolutely clear for everyone. I'm not friends with Britt. I'm just terrified that she'll hurt me.
You're probably one of them trolls.
Oh, he's one of the trolls.
Have you ever heard her angry? Like, seriously angry?
I don't
You wanna
know
hear
about
this?
Yes,
Yeah,
it
it's
just makes me
terrible.
want to.
Terrified.
It just makes me. It just makes me want to, pat her on the head and put her in my pocket.
Listen,
You
I have,
wanna hear
heard,
this?
Then you have not heard her angry.
I have heard her super angry twice, both in Snap, but both, no. One in
Yeah.
Snap.
It sounded like Lucifer
I'm
used her voice to
Lucifer.
say he will die.
But both of them on my behalf. And I'm just like, damn.
Heidi,
Going to
Heidi.
prison at the family reunion. I'm not scared.
What?
what's in the cup?
Well, there was an Arby's commercial that came one night. I just had to watch
Oh
it.
my god, Joe brought that up earlier with smothered
What's in
beef.
the cup? What's in
It
the
just-
cup, Heidi?
Crown? Are we fucking? Yeah.
I
Crown.
saw the video before I came on
Sounds
here. It was Crown.
I didn't
But
even know
anyway,
each
as I was saying, I woke up this morning and my arm was numb, and I'm like, oh, maybe I slept on it wrong, and my chest was really tight. I got up and it got worse, and the pain went from being numb down to like here to being absolutely on fire on the inside of my forearm, on the inside of my upper arm, all the way down here.
Oh, I could have told you that was a
And
fucking
all-
nerve.
And all the way back along my shoulder blade, like the curve of my shoulder blade.
You left my live.
And, you know,
that sounds
I
like
took
stroke.
a page. I took a page out of Adam's book and I went to Google. And it said those are the signs of a heart attack.
Well,
And
okay, so
Well, those
My life-
are included in the signs of a heart attack, but I'm sure a million other things as well.
Yeah.
Ow.
Well, Tread, my hand became pins and needles from here, from like right here, all the way, my middle finger, half of my ring finger, my pointer finger, and my thumb. Were just, it felt like, you know, when you sit, you know, crisscross applesauce too long and your legs start coming back alive. It's felt like that all day.
I think that's
Listen,
offensive anyway.
Is it? Fuck them.
I know.
Fuck them if they can't take a joke.
I know, but like that's. Remember,
But,
okay, Joe. Remember when we were in Jersey and I was telling you about my arm?
Mm-hmm.
That's exactly what it feels like.
Who is this?
I don't know. Scrappy.
What are you talking
Letitia
about?
Serpent-Copeland?
I have no idea who that is.
Yeah, you have your titties
No
out in your
clue.
profile. I'm not giving you a link.
Holy fuckaroo!
What am I missing?
Nobody else see that?
Oh my god, she's got
Oh
her nipple
my.
things.
She's got her whole boobs out in her fucking profile picture on YouTube. I'm not giving you a link.
No.
Go put your OnlyFans somewhere
John,
else,
what have
Meg.
you been looking up?
Oh my god. All she's do is scroll
Yeah,
up.
you need Jesus, okay? Miss Letitia, you need
John,
Jesus.
did you handle that?
Nope, I'm not in. I'm not modding.
Oh my gosh.
Pop,
That was
you want to handle that for me?
I can't do nothing.
That's making my eyeballs itch.
Thank you, Pops.
Oh my word. Okay, so like my FYP is fucked up. I don't know what's wrong with it, but I'm on
Hey, Pops,
liberal talk.
if you can get a screenshot of that profile, if you can see it any bigger than we can,
Uh,
let me know if they're using...
How did you end up on the talk?
It looks like they're using Meg Opinionated Sister's OnlyFans picture.
Are you serious? For
Wait,
real?
for fucking reals?
Yeah, like her cover photo from her OnlyFans, because she sent it to me many times. I will not subscribe to any OnlyFans. But it looks like they're using her profile picture.
That's
Who
fucked
do
up.
that?
But she's got some nice
Her
boobies.
sister,
She follows me.
she's got giant.
She's very nice looking.
She's a very nice person as long as you stay off the topic of politics. Just stay
Well, she's
out
not gonna
of
like
the
me in a couple weeks when I get my new Trump shirt.
I need to know how you got on Liberal Talk. I've been on TikTok forever. I've never landed there.
Fucking Bud Light.
Tim,
I'm
Okay, yeah,
sipped up
there
there
last
right now. I get nothing but liberal lives. That's my For You page.
Yeah.
Is liberal lives.
That's
I
mine
get
too.
that
I'm
Denti
getting
dude all the fucking time.
I'm getting all of these lives, all of these videos and shit on my FYP. That is all everybody. Now, mind you, it has taken a severe amount of self-control. One that I did not think I was capable of. Because these are lives and videos saying that thing that shot those little kids is more important in its plight for recognition than the lives of those children.
Fucking gross.
Those are the videos that are on my FYP.
Any mass shooter in that situation, their pronouns are has been deceased.
Disposed of properly.
I just think it's disgusting that it's not the first time this has happened in that fashion. And instead of
all right, look, we're all over 40, right?
all that,
what?
We're all over 40, right?
I am.
No.
No.
You
I'm 32.
over 40?
What was that you just said?
Tread
I am
young as
not
me.
over the age of 40.
Who said?
I'm not
Michigan
quite 40
Pop,
yet.
stay on it. They're coming in.
But who just said 32? Because if it was
I'm 33.
I'm 32.
Oh, I
okay,
forgot
yes.
Tom is here.
Tom said
Oh,
it. I
I forgot
thought
about
Tread
Tom,
Stone
too.
said it, and I was like, bull fucking shit.
Okay,
No,
so
I'm
we're
over-
all old enough to remember Columbine, right?
Oh
Yeah.
my God. I was in high school.
graduated.
Yep.
Yeah. School shootings are nothing new. You know what's new?
Social media.
Social media.
Yeah.
The fact that it's in our hands. The news is in our face every fucking day.
I
This
think it's
bullshit
disgusting
right here,
more attention
and
to
this
the
bullshit right here is doing nothing but continuing and pushing these psychotic agendas.
Who's
I
the
don't
supreme
like
I
leader?
am sorry.
right now that like this
Who's the supreme? Hold up, time out. Who's the supreme leader that's in the fucking comments? Because they just
I
spelled
don't know,
out
but they need
a
to.
nasty
Hey,
fucking
hey,
word.
hey,
There's top
Scrappy.
still in here.
Scrappy. They're
What?
already gone. Only we can see that.
Oh. Sorry.
I didn't know either. My bad.
There's a reason I picked my mods. They're on that shit.
Ebony.
Where's baby girl at?
She's taking care of Minion.
Tell her I said duct tape, NyQuil. She could be here working. No cookies tonight.
Yeah. No, I ain't telling her that. I have this thing called survival.
Uh-huh.
I love her to death, and I know that she loves me, but that doesn't mean she won't kill me if I do something stupid.
She would do that.
My therapist told me that every person has their breaking point.
Facts.
Merry Christmas, Caleb. You see it, get rid of it. Oh, you bake cookies too, Turtle? What kind? What kind of cookies you bake?
She's gonna make
All
me
of them.
raisin cookies. I can't wait.
All of them.
Can you give me a bowl of Oreo filling? That's all I'm interested in.
You mean the cream?
I just want a big motherfucking mixing bowl of nothing but Oreo filling.
Why don't you just say you
And
want
I
a
will
big bowl of cream?
That sounds really good right now.
Fat boy the fuck out of that shit.
Why don't you just say you want a big bowl of cream?
Joe's gonna eat a big bowl of cream. That's what I'm
Bet
hearing.
you do, Joe.
Go lay down. Dog sitting
I
for my
thought I
mom,
kept
and this is like a pain in the ass.
I thought I had kept one packet of horsey sauce to wave in your face whenever you started your shit.
Horsey
But apparently
sauce?
I threw. Yeah, from Arby's. You know the white cream
Oh,
You need to go lay down.
I fucking love their beef and cheddars, but every time I eat there now, I think of Heidi because y'all still fucking
Ruined my smothered beef with it today.
still fucking eat it.
When you see a beef and cheddar, it's Heidi's from Under Cheese.
Oh my god.
Ew. Ew. Fuck you.
Explaining that,
Chum's like,
explaining
"Ah,
the
there goes
Arby's
Arby's."
to my husband was so much fun because he didn't understand why some girl was talking about my lady lips. Like, he just was like, "What the fuck?" He goes, "Has she seen them?" I'm like, "No." In fact, I had him check to make sure I didn't look like roast beef under there because I was afraid that, like, I wasn't understanding what the fucking point of calling
That's
my
what you need
girl
one of these
parts
for.
roast beef.
That's what you need one of these for.
Well, it was just easier for him to
Why
like.
do you have one?
What in the hell?
he works on a
Because-
car. That's what he has it for.
Sure.
No. You see these
No.
printers? You see these printers?
Oh.
When one starts acting up,
I
have
call
to be able to
bullshit.
I have to be able to get, if I have to tear apart the hot end, or if I have to take apart the bed, it has these little tiny fucking springs.
Okay.
And I
Sure.
don't know if you noticed, but I don't have small hands. So this is a mirror for me to find the shit, and the other end is a magnet for me to pick the shit up.
We'll go with
makes
that
sense
one.
too.
But then we can go even further. These are for when I eat Taco Bell.
I can't fucking see that the screen is
Is that
tiny.
matches?
What is that?
They're
Does
matches.
Taco Bell make you toxic or something?
Wait,
Matches.
This is for when I eat Mexican.
what the fuck is it?
With that, yeah.
We're all gonna get made
It's a
fun of for
candle.
looking this close. Oh,
Salted
Why do
honey
you
and
get a
caramel.
candle with Mexican food? What?
What scent is that?
Salted honey and caramel, or salted honey and vanilla.
Long.
Salted
The
honey.
new one I
and
got. The new one I got is whiskey and caramel.
ooh.
Oh.
You want to talk about a wild ass smell?
Tread,
Woohoo!
write this down.
I am.
Okay.
What do you think I'm doing?
It's warm. It's warm whiskey and salted caramel.
I'm gonna
Oh.
look
Oh,
these.
I will.
Luna, go fuck a dead horse.
Wait, where'd she come? What?
I said I'm gonna
Pops, get rid of that fucking bitch.
These are the most amazing things ever, and Tread made these. They last forever.
What is it?
A
Candle.
But
You know what pisses me off, Tread? Tread, I paid $21 for this fucking candle.
Yeah.
It's one of those wood wicks. It's one of those wood wicks. And the wick burns faster than the wax ever wants to melt.
Yep.
Really? I was about to start
Yep.
going towards a wood wick, but I hadn't gotten around to it.
I heard what you got to do is you got to soak the wick in linseed oil before you pour your candle.
Yeah.
And that Woodwind candle company, they used to do it, but they don't do it anymore. I paid $30 for a giant candle that's out in my living room that's doing the same fucking thing. The wick is down through the wax. The wax is not melting.
So they don't have a big enough wick. That's what it is. They didn't do a test burn with it.
Well, I was
Joe's
told
used
that
to
they
not
didn't.
having a big enough wicks.
Yeah, I forgot John was even here.
I got a big enough wick. I got enough crazies on TikTok that can attest to it.
No, I
Oh,
just
said
think
that
your
out.
wick is toxic. It doesn't have to be big enough at that point.
It's not toxic. It hits the fucking lock, and it hits the padlock and unlocks the crazy, and then I'm fucked for a few months.
How about a maple
few
whiskey toddy fragrance?
What did you just say?
Maple whiskey toddy.
Oh, I thought he said
Hot
potty for a
toddies.
Like a
second, and I
candle.
was like, what?
You already
Like
have
hot
me.
toddy.
You already have me a whiskey
That
hottie.
sounds-
Bitch,
That
please.
sounds good. That sounds like it would smell amazing.
I
Top
do
notes
smell
of
good.
maple syrup, acorn, dark rose,
The whole bush.
amber blossoms,
Come say that to my face, bitch.
chilled
I
whiskey.
Come be a pussy to my face.
Wait, what?
I don't
Come
know.
call
Tread. You need to find one that's
244 State Route 170, East Palestine, Ohio. Step right the fuck up.
Wow, who is that?
You want to talk shit? I don't care who it is anymore.
I was just curious who it was. I have no idea.
Tell them to jump.
I have lived through a whole lot more than you could ever fucking dream of. Step up to my
Tell
door
them-
and you will make my goddamn day.
Tell them to come in a box.
No, I have good mom. They're already gone.
Bless you, Heidi.
Thank you.
Gesundheit.
I'm staying at my mom's house or dog sitting, whatever, and apparently it's opening up my allergy shit. So yay me.
Fun times.
Your allergies can change every 7 years.
I fucking know.
Expelling demons.
Yeah. Tread, you need to find one that's a whiskey roast beef.
Oh my god.
Seriously,
Roast
I fucking buy
beef?
that.
What would that smell like?
And
Wow.
roll it.
Let me do a Google
What?
search for it.
And then you-
Tread is about to find that he can get any scent of cooking meat in a candle scent right now. Any one of them.
Oh my god, that would be holy. I would fucking buy that. Seriously.
They
Well,
sell a
considering my
candle.
main...
You know what? You could call it Scrappy
Decide what it
Special.
would smell like.
Scrappy
Scrappy
special.
They got a candle down here at Shaker Woods Festival, which is right down the road from my house. A huge arts and crafts festival. They got a guy down there that makes the man candles, I call them. Oil at gear grease, burning metal, like welding metal,
That does not smell.
brake pad.
Ew, that doesn't
Yeah.
smell good
Ew,
either.
no.
That actually sounds
Why
pretty
would
good.
you want that smell in your
Why
house?
would you like
Because
that?
that's a
smell?
manly
Great.
smell.
Okay, hold on. Heidi, I'm going to take you back. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I might actually cry. You want to know what candle scent he got that I love? And I've gone through like, what, 5 of these now, I think? Love Spell.
Love spell.
Like the
What is
OG
it?
Love Spell. Love
Ooh.
Spell. OG
Oh,
Love Spell. Not fucking kidding. Yeah.
do you
They've
remember?
been together
Do you remember
forever.
the explanation point?
Go ninja, go ninja, go.
Uh-huh.
Go ninja, go ninja, go.
The explanation point.
Michigan, they have steak-scented candles.
They had like explanation point. It was like there was a fragrance, there was the lotion. I was so obsessed with that smell whenever I was a teenager.
Yeah, no, I was obsessed with Love Spell. And when he tried the candle thing and he was trying to decide on new scents, he told about 4 or 5 of us to go to this site where he buys all the scents, and he's like, just tell me which
Lone
one.
Star Candle Supply.
And what was it?
Lone Star Candle Supply.
And Joe, what are you trying to show us?
I
That-
think
The one that tried to put it here in a box. And
Oh,
is that her sister?
no, it's not her sister, but the box was tiny. Thank you, Pops.
but yeah, so
Eric, they do have Burning Clutch.
That
Go
is
ahead,
not
Tiff.
a good smell.
That's
To
like
you.
burning rubber smell. Like
we're
gross.
supposed to
They
talk
have
about
that
his
candle,
candle
too.
collection. Tom, tell us about your candle collection. Somebody in the chat said to ask you about it.
The candle collection?
Yeah. No. I don't feel any need to do that. I like candles.
No,
all right?
let's hear it, chum.
Time.
No. We'll pass.
Okay.
No, chum, come on, let's hear it, because I'll tell you about mine. You shoot yours. I have lemonade and strawberry lemonade. I have cupcake and what is it? Iced cupcake is what it is. I have leather and teak wood. I have sandalwood and sea salt. I have right here salted honey and vanilla. I'm not worried about it. He's got an attic full of vanilla candles. That's fine.
I
Send me
don't
some.
have an attic. I don't have an attic full. Just enough.
Just enough.
That's all. Just enough.
Part
I'll
of
be right
like,
back.
are you doomsday prepping but with vanilla candles? Is that what I'm understanding?
Yeah.
Listen, I'm not gonna. I have when what is it? Michael's and what's the other craft store? The big name craft store.
Hobby Lobby.
Not Hobby Lobby.
Hobby Lobby.
What?
Hobby Lobby.
No, not Hobby Lobby. Michael's and
Craft Warehouse.
Joann's.
Oh, okay.
Joanne Fabric
Yeah.
Fabric Craft Store. Every time I go up to the outlets up in Grove City, Pennsylvania, what's that one?
Gunpowder.
Fuck yeah! But every time I go up there, they have sales. I get the big ass bags of tea lights, unscented metal tin tea lights.
Yes.
And I've got 3 big ass Home Depot boxes full of nothing but tea lights in the basement. You want to talk about doomsday prepping, because those tea lights in terracotta pots can heat an entire fucking room.
Inked Goddess is right. You have to go to Bath and Body Works, and you have to do it on
15 by 15 square foot typically.
What
But
day
if you have a bigger
But-
if you have bigger terracotta pot, then you can probably expand it.
They have
I got the big ones.
big 3-wick ones. Like you'll see.
I'll do you one better, Tiffany. I'll
What's
do
that?
you all one better. And Britt Main and Scrappy and Chum and the folks in the comment sections will attest that I can dumpster dive. I can
Yeah, you
dumpster
can
dive
dumpster
like
dive.
no other.
Fuck off, Joe.
Oh,
I've never wanted to jump in a dumpster
talking
more in
about
my
your.
life.
All right, we weren't talking about your dating life. We're talking about the 75-inch TV and everything else, right?
Oh,
Yes, the $3,500 electric bike that's sitting in my garage. Go ahead, and when you see that Bath and Body Works is having a sale, I'm going to tell you right now, flat out. When you see that Bath and Body Works is having a sale or switching their scents of candles for the season, pay attention. When their new season candles go on sale, go to their dumpster. Just go to their dumpster.
Is it throwing it all away?
Yep, I brought home 345 3-wick candles last year.
Oh my god!
Oh, when you run out of those,
When you
I'm
run
out of them.
out,
buy from a veteran.
You don't.
I gave them away.
yeah, I usually
Excuse me.
on their and then when they do their $10 off, I usually get some. But they pissed me off because they took away my favorite scent permanently. It was only seasonal as it was, and it was like
Vanilla Bean Noel.
No, it was a summer one. It was called Flamingo Bean, and it smelled like it was like this very light citrusy. Smelled fucking amazing. They discontinued it this year, and I let the lady know about it. I was like, I'm disappointed in you.
Pops,
Yeah, I'm a little surprised at
Yankee
Joe
Candle.
going to. We're all just reasoned by Joe going to Joanne's. That's.
I have reams
impressive.
of fabric in a closet in the basement.
Yeah, I
make
actually had some in the barn.
I make those knotted baby blankets for my friends when they get pregnant. I have dinosaurs if they're having a boy. I've got princesses and unicorns and shit if they're having a girl. So, but
Look at you gendering them
as
before
far
you
Right?
yeah, I should get rid of that because every time that one of my friends end up pregnant, one of my crazy ass girlfriends try to say they are.
That's true.
So here's what I with my daughter. Okay, I always dressed her up in frilly and pink and purple and all the things, and I'd be in the grocery store, and I would still have people be like, "Is that a boy or a girl?" Okay, whatever. But that was like
see,
he's got to be 22. You know, it's been.
I take my son's about to be 22, and I take him out in public, and they ask me if it's a boy or a skunk because the dumb son of a bitch dyed half of his head pure blonde and half of his head dark brown.
You're just
because
hair.
I'm not mad because he has hair.
Lately, I've noticed
One day he'll be as sexy as I am.
One day he'll what?
One day when he grows up, he'll be as sexy as I am. Listen, I'm not going to talk because 2A Josie has the hots for my son like no other. And none of you have really seen my son. This little bastard could probably model for Calvin Klein. So, but anyways, Pops, no, with the Yankee Candles, I gave up on them when they canceled their banana nut bread. I quit. I stopped buying them. That was the only candle I ever bought from Yankee was the big ass 3-wick banana nut bread ones, and I paid out my fucking left testicle for that. And when they discontinued it, I said, "Fuck you, I'm done."
Yeah, Yankee candles are not cheap.
Nope.
They oversaturate their wax with scent.
Yes, they do.
That causes them to be extremely flammable.
I tried those. I have those Glade plugins, like the essential oil misting thingamabobbers that plug into the outlet, and you just put the little fucking oil thing in there. Those are awesome. Don't get me wrong. They have great smell for like 3 days. And then you're spending another $12 for 2 more of them fucking things. You get a week out of 2 of them.
You get a diffuser.
And I gave up. I started buying candles again. So.
I use a diffuser.
I have a diffuser, and you saw it in like the first 2 podcasts. I ended up throwing it in fucking trash can while I was on a podcast. Because it's only supposed to put out that little fucking of shit, like the little bit of misting, and it would fucking go and go and go. I'm like, fuck you.
Oh, I do mine every day. It's supposed to be happiness.
Hey, Inked, if a single man has candles in his home, he's probably a little more mature than, the typical dumbass.
Yeah, we're gonna go for mature.
He hopped on it that one so fast.
Hey, Tread, right now, if you can make a Bud Light scented rainbow candle, you will make bank.
That is sadly true.
He's working on it.
I prefer these.
She's going to expose you, chum. You got to do them in rainbow. You have to do rainbow.
Got to find a rainbow scent.
A rainbow scent? Isn't that unicorn shit?
Skittles?
And sugar cookies?
I'm thinking Skittles.
Tread, do you do glitter ones?
He won't.
I do not put glitter in any of my candles. It does not happen.
Why?
Because I hate glitter.
Tread.
Well, I don't give a shit about
Tread.
what you.
Hear me out. Tread, hear me out. Hear me out. Hear me out. A glitter bomb candle. When the wax gets so low, it releases the spring, and poof, that might turn into a fucking.
That'd be a fire hazard.
Fragmentation.
That'd be a fire hazard.
If
man.
you're gonna Scrabby special, we need glitter.
Make it out of real metal. No fire involved.
Heidi, I've gone round and round.
Make the glitter out of real metal.
And every time he tells me no, I tell him the same thing. What do I tell you about your unwillingness to accommodate me on glitter?
I love glitter. I'm a glitter bitch.
I hate it. I can't stand it. It never goes away. Listen, I have a friend. He dated a stripper for 2 days. I say dated. He slept with her for 2 days.
That's not...
He couldn't get rid of the glitter that came off of her for a month.
Yeah, but that's not. We're not dating or not.
No wonder Sweet was so angry.
Like, I love
glitter. These are all glitter. Every last damn one of them.
Yep,
Keep it to yourself.
I love glitter.
I'll make sure that next time I am around you, I will bring all my glitter makeup.
By all means, wear all the glitter makeup you want.
I have glitter spray.
No. Don't, because you know what was funny? Clumsy Gemini. Yeah, we all know who she is, right?
I think so.
She does the makeup lives like Tiff was doing. But Clumsy Gemini I don't know what the fuck she does, but she goes from like 5 to fucking 5,000 by the time she's done with her makeup. But I made it a game for myself to screenshot her live while she's in the most embarrassing parts of putting her makeup on. And now that I know Tiff does that, next time she comes on the podcast, we're going to have a little fun. Like Gemini would have like fucking, she'd look like a football player. She got the shit going here. She's got all up here. Yeah, she got one eyebrow drawn on and the other one sitting on a piece of paper. Like, but I found a air compressor makeup applicator. So if anybody's interested that does those makeup lives, I'll give you the Amazon link.
I have it, the Luminaire airbrush thing. I just don't use. So here's
See?
the funny.
See?
So check it out. One of the things that I'm being drugged for right now is going live and doing. Anyways, like here's the thing.
Why?
I am fit as fuck, and I'm having cabin fever like nobody's business while I'm recovering from surgery. Right. Meanwhile, and maybe they didn't pick up on this on the 85 times they screen recorded me before, but they have to cut my knee back open, fix my kneecap, and so I have another surgery coming up. I literally am not allowed to do much. I get fucking fidgety. So I'll sit here, but if I'm just sitting on live, I have to have something to do with my damn hands. And I was live earlier and I kept going like this, and I was like, I am getting so nervous, like, and I don't even remember what I was about.
Joe, you okay?
And Turtle goes,
Yeah.
Turtle goes,
I stretched and it popped.
Did it finally pop?
Yeah.
You need to
It feel better or worse?
That was my next question.
It felt worse for about a half a second, and now it's like slowly going.
I was gonna say it'll feel worse and then it'll get better.
But didn't you ice that shit though?
Just breathe.
He should, but he won't.
Well, that's just.
I don't have ice in my house.
How do you not have ice in your house?
The same way I don't, unless I go get bags of ice.
It's an ice maker.
The ice that I have is.
Listen, I have too much in my kitchen.
The ice that I have is reserved for these. These work better for pain than any ice ever could.
Okay.
But yeah.
But why are you being drugged for putting on your makeup?
No, I'm being drugged
because she's live.
How long I am live every day. But here's my question: unless you're sitting there screen recording it for the long length of time that I'm there, how the fuck do you know how much I'm live? But also, why do you care? That's the bigger question. Why does it bother you so much that I go on here and do my makeup? I've been doing it that way for a long time. Nobody said shit about it until we weren't friends anymore. Now it's a problem. I was doing this forever ago.
Answer that question, Tiff?
Hey, Tiff.
Go ahead.
Me peeing my pants wasn't an issue until I'm not friends with them anymore either. Because the one video I did back not in 2021, I peed my pants while doing a fucking dance because I legit can't hold it anymore. They all laughed in that comment section. They all cheered me on, whatever. Now it's a fucking joke. Like, I'm a drunk, I'm this, I'm that, whatever. That's what it is. It's because you're no longer friends with them, so now it's an issue.
Well, first of all, anybody making fun of somebody for some medical that they have no control over, that makes them a shit human if you're going to do that.
Hey, what do you know? Tiffany is listening. These are shit human beings.
Well, do you know what's fun? Like, the lady that I'm aware of is her mental
I'll be back.
whatever is like of an 8-year-old, whatever. She will make jokes about she will make jokes like she'll say, because if I'm running to the bathroom at her house, and no, I'm not fucking drinking, I'm running to the bathroom at her house, I'm totally sober, she'll just say, there she goes. Like, that's because I do control. And now the fact that I have got to wear my back brace all the time, as soon as I whip that shit off, because it holds everything in, if I'm not over the toilet, I will legit pee myself.
Oh, I believe it.
I have a thick bladder. There's no holding it. Like, when I feel that I have to go, it's almost too late.
If you don't go when you gotta go, when you do go, you may find you already went. That kind of thing.
Kind of, yeah.
Right,
that sucks.
There is this thing where sometimes the minute you feel like you gotta go, it's already too late. Unfortunately, that happens, and it happens. The fucked up thing about it is, it literally, if any woman who's given birth to a child, you no longer have the control of your bladder that you used to. You just don't. If you do, then you're a fucking lucky one. That's all I'm gonna say.
Like I literally cried to Joe, like saying like I peed myself twice and I have Depends and I gotta wear them, and like it bothers me because like my back, I cannot, because my back is up my house. I legit cannot go up the stairs fast enough anymore because my back does not allow that. So like I hate the
So
feeling.
what we need to do, guys, if you're still watching, and you know the folks are in the box, I have Fireball's address. I'm gonna get a thing going, and we're gonna get her a composting toilet to put in the backyard with a little reed screen. You know.
Oh my god, my neighbor would fucking.
That's what the reed. That's what the reed screen's for. That's what the reed screen's for.
He legit. Okay, so
just park the walker. Just park the walker outside of the porta john.
I don't need to use the
they'll
walker.
understand. It doesn't matter. Just park it outside of the porta john, and they won't ask questions.
Oh my god, he already.
It's fun of it. It's shitty anyways, because like it or not, when something like that happens, like it's embarrassing. And like for example, so last Friday, my daughter had woken up and she I was live and she said, "Mom, come here," and I went over there. She didn't want to go on live she's here now because she understands that
we're from your mom's basement. Eat me. We came from your mom's basement. She held us there for the last couple of weeks. I'm gonna tell you what. You need to tell her to take a bath because it smells like rotting trout. And what was that? What was that other thing we likened it to? Oh yeah, old washers that sat out in a bucket of water for too long. Yeah. Ooh, so tell her to take a bath, and maybe we'll think about coming back to the basement.
You know who that sounds like right there? The DSM, who's like legit saying the DSM-5. Do you know what the DSM-5 is?
It's a mental health thing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's like the diagnosis levels.
Yeah.
Is that conservative cunt?
I wouldn't think so. I would think it was, well, depends on whatever cunt you're talking about. I mean,
conservative cosmetic cunt. Oh, look at this one live. She was in here talking to us and she had to go get on her own goddamn live. Because she thinks she's special.
Is she
it's Katie.
Oh.
Okay. Funny.
So my daughter came out and she told me, she's like, "Mom, I think I might have had a seizure while I was asleep last night." And I was like, what makes you think that? She said, "I woke up and like my whole body felt weird and I had peed the bed." She's like, "I don't pee." My daughter never, like she went from potty, like not potty trained to potty trained. There was never any accidents. And then, so that was Friday. And then Saturday. Saturday morning, I was live with Tread. I don't know, a bunch of people. And I heard her making this same noise in the other room. And I said, "Oh shit." And I went and looked and she was having a seizure. So 2 days in a row, she had grandma seizures.
I had a hysterectomy, a full one.
Sorry, Flamingo. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Go ahead.
No, I was just saying, like, that's, I had to explain to her that, like, when you have a big seizure like that and then your body no longer is like stiffened, everything releases and little, like, it happens. And it happened again when they took her in the ambulance and she was so worried that she had peed on my couch. And I was like, "Nope, I think you got their stretcher in the ambulance, honey."
Oh, Britt Main had to run to her sister's real quick. She's having seizures. She needs to get over there and help her calm down.
Yeah.
So say a prayer for her sister right now.
Most
but
definitely.
Pops, yes, the hysterectomy, that will be a issue, and early onset menopause, and what else was there, Heidi?
How old is your sister?
Yeast infection and other infections are pretty common with that too.
I don't get yeast infections.
I don't either.
Okay. My mom had to have a full hysterectomy.
I had a oophenectomy or whatever the fuck it's called.
How old is his wife?
My mother had to have a full hysterectomy years ago, and the early onset menopause and the incontinence came along with it.
It's called medical induced menopause. Let me tell you, they were joking. I had my hysterectomy, and then I had it. But the thing of it with me and my hysterectomy, a lot of people don't know this. Okay, so my doctor, he did my hysterectomy. Apparently there was 2 GYNs in there because apparently my bladder was not, I don't know, whatever he was doing in there wasn't working, so they had to call somebody else to come in and attach my bladder however they do it. A couple weeks later, after my hysterectomy, I hemorrhaged and I had to be in the hospital. Yeah, I almost died, and that was yeah. But anyway, after, like, it was 2 days after my hysterectomy, I got my first hot flash. And let me tell you, I'll never forget. I remember everything about that. I just laid there and I was like, what the fuck? Like, is that
the first time you ever felt hot in your life?
Yeah.
Oh shit! You're not supposed to agree. Goddamn, that takes all the fun out of it. Jesus Christ! I've been sitting over here being quiet, behaving myself, waiting for the perfect time to start shredding on people, and then I do, and you just agree with me.
But it's the truth. Like a legit inside and out. It feels like, okay, you are the oven, and somebody turns you on, and you start.
Well, Joe wouldn't know anything about turning anybody on, so.
Well, that's true.
It's not what your mom said.
Look, if you sleep with my mom, would you mind hitting that crazy switch and turning it back off? Jesus Christ.
But like, then as soon as the hot flash is over, it's instant. Like, you feel like you're in a refrigerator or freezer. Like, it's just, It is the weirdest.
Well, chip the ice off your hoo-ha and let's go.
Well, there's no ice on there. It's like,
how do you turn off prednisone induced fucking heat?
Easy. I'm gonna tell you how to. No, I'm gonna tell you. No, I got this. Here's what you're gonna do. I'm gonna need you to go get a quart of heavy cream.
You motherfucker. I'm muting. Taking this conversation any further.
Damn it.
No, I think I need to hear the rest.
Actually, baby girl's right. My mom would murder you.
Yeah.
But now, since we're talking about that, so what you're gonna do is you're gonna get a whole quart of heavy whipping cream. All right, you're gonna stand on your head and you're gonna drink it, right? And then you're gonna start singing the song "In the Navy." Down Periscope, in the Navy. You gotta. Wait, hey, look, you could either have me be quiet and listen to the conversation, everybody talking about medical shit, or I could start ragging the shit out of everybody. I mean, there's no ifs and or buts here, so. Speaking of which, question, if you were to go ahead and do that Bud Light candle art, you would have to make it several different layers of several different colors. Hey, look, we're looking at Joe's ex-girlfriend. Is that the one that said she was pregnant?
No.
Where'd Tiff go?
Where'd Tiff go?
She hit the wrong button.
She hit that damn button again.
God.
Hey, at least you can hit some buttons.
Chum. I'm going to turn you on, Chum. I'm going to turn you on.
Why do you have a picture of Misfit in his avatar? Like, I don't understand. I understand that you want to grab his beard and you want to do some just sinful things because you can't grow any hair on your head. But look, just because you please him is not going to mean he will do your bathroom for you, okay?
That picture has been hiding in the fucking overlays since, the second podcast. Same with this. The list of overlays. Have you looked at it?
That's one of the reasons I was so quiet as I was going through all the overlays.
On my side, it's fucking a mile long. This is my favorite one, though. Whoopsie daisy. Fucking with your girl like whoop,
Call me
baby.
crazy.
What's that thing? What's the name of that above the 3 views? What's that mean?
What?
What?
The what?
There. A second. Okay, what above 3 views? What's that word? Gwinnett? What is
Gwinnett.
that?
Gwinnett.
I think that's the county.
Gwinnett County.
Yeah.
That's a weird
I
fucking
think
name.
that's the county. And then this
All
one
right, so
lives
we ready for
forever in
chaos and
overlays.
fuckery? Because Joe, has the burn gone away? Are you feeling okay? You still buzzed?
I'm still buzzed, but this hurts like a bitch. This photo will forever live in the overlays. No, anybody deletes it, I will send shit to your door.
The reason why Meg loves cowboys so much.
And it's not edited.
No, that is his.
That
real
is
fucking
not
name.
a filter. That is not
No.
a fucking filter. Flamingo was like, what's his phone number?
Listen, I don't need any more man
She had to
problems.
put her hair up.
His wife would fucking beat.
Hey, no. She found the perfect man. Okay, she found the perfect man. He doesn't complain about how much she spends at the store. Doesn't bitch about doing different things, and he's always there. Ew.
This one?
Why? Why?
That's
Why? And you know what? I hope Dumpster Fire shows up at your house tonight dancing while you're drinking heavy cream. Okay? I hope that not only does that happen, I hope that video that Thumper found is the only thing that plays through your mind tonight.
Tiff, you remember that live I was telling you?
Step on a Lego, like this is like that on steroids? No offense, Joe. I didn't.
I feel like I'm
No,
hearing
I
half
want
of
him.
the conversation.
I want him to I want him to step on a Lego. I want him to stub his toe in every little corner. I hope that both sides of his pillow are hot. I hope that his mattress is lumpy, and I hope that I hope that your bourbon goes sour.
Wow, that's.
Gone. It's gone.
I know, but I'm hoping it sours in your stomach, so you have to drink that heavy cream.
Oh my god.
Do you remember that live I was telling you about before we came on, Tiffany?
Yes.
Okay, so it's the Canadian hookers plan to she's already traveled, all of Canada with on her road trips and everything, and came into Montana, etc. But it's her.
Do we need to get therapy for Montana? I mean, that could be scarring.
We're gonna have to get therapy for Georgia too, because she has an open invitation to go visit somebody.
Which somebody?
The
Miss
one
Piggy?
that says she's no longer part of the job.
But she's in every fucking.
The one that says. Wait. Which one?
Ashley gave her an invitation to come visit.
You know what? There's nothing more. I'm not a religious man, right? I am not. I'm spiritual, but I'm not religious. However, I'm also not superstitious, but I am a little stitious. And it seems to me that if you are being as sinful a bitch as she is, quoting Bible scriptures is like daring, if there is a higher power, to strike you with lightning. It seems like a bad idea.
Yeah.
Not if you mean them.
Oh, this is from our earlier conversation too, Tiff. Say 1.6.
Yeah, but
hey, what's Chum made you? What's Chum made me do it up to?
I don't know yet.
I know I lost a lot when I deleted my account.
Have you gone through those hashtags? That's how I found out that one troll account, because I was looking for a video and I figured the easy way to do it was my hashtag.
Fuck you, Chum.
What is it?
2 million. Fuck you.
Hey, but
the goat.
Mine's only 1 point whatever.
Hey, you know what's sad?
What's
sad is when Swede, and I apologize for anybody here, but what's sad is when Swede tried to play off of our hashtags and barely got 10K.
I think
you know that.
See, I've removed myself so far.
Did you?
I have no idea what you're talking about. What did he do?
I forget his name, but He used your hashtag.
Who? Kramer said?
I can't see that.
Kramer used Chum Made to do it?
It looks no. Grambo used your hashtag on a repost of Kramer's video.
Okay, that makes more sense because Kramer don't like me.
He doesn't like you?
I don't.
Nope.
What did you do?
Tell him to quit being a simp for Batty.
He doesn't like Batty.
That
he used to. That's when
he
he started not liking me.
Oh, he don't like Batty.
Anybody with a right brain don't like Batty. Speaking of batshit crazy crystal ladies, I have a question.
This lives forever on my hashtag. Hang on.
I can't even
Stupid
tell.
Can't see it.
Who is
and he starts the video out bald. I don't know why I can't get that right.
But you know that's
now speaking of crazy crystal ladies. No, hold on. I want to get this up. Speaking of crazy crystal ladies, what ritual did you all do? What rock did you turn over that the spawn of Satan herself showed back up? Oh, Horseface. What's her name? The scammer, the one that actually stole money from Mel.
Oh, Fierce Ambition.
Yeah.
Who
did
summoned
y'all
that
end up? Who ended up poking that rock and bringing her back?
She's been back.
Yes.
Trust me, if you ever see her, you'll know. Do you have a picture of her?
Just fucking keep it that way. No, I don't have any pictures of her on here. You think you can go find me Mr. Ed real quick?
But wonderful Mr. Ed.
That's how I found that one.
Tiffany, if you want to bow out, this is the part where the podcast becomes ridiculous.
Listen, what would I be doing if I wasn't sitting here live on here, Tread? What would I be doing?
Live on your account.
So what's the point of switching?
Well, I mean, you are going to be associated with both me and Joe just going off. And Scrappy's over there probably needing another change for Depends. It's okay.
Listen,
I met my mom.
I'm already best friends with both of you, according to everybody. So I don't really, what are they going to say? They accused me.
Don't say that. Don't say that. I said that, and I got accused of murder, being a pedophile, being a rapist. Don't say that. They come up with some of the craziest off-the-wall bullshit.
Merm for president? Who's Merm?
People that they blame for saying that shit is
what?
fucked up. I was accused.
You don't know who Merm is?
No.
That is.
Oh my God! How do you not know
remember
Merm?
Do you remember Whiteboard Gate?
I literally don't know half of what's going on. I'm not fucking lying. I don't even know half the people you're talking about.
Do you remember Whiteboard Gate? Do you remember Whiteboard Gate?
I heard a lot about it, but I never actually saw it.
I've never seen the
it was who was it? It was Merch and wasn't it
Red Flow.
Bro Bitch's
Red
girlfriend?
Flow Rage. Oh,
Red
Pill. Sorry.
Red Flow Rage.
Red Pill.
They were live. They were live, and they brought this unknown person in. They're live. It was side by side, and there was this cat. Like they were talking, all about letting him come in and talk. And as soon as they brought him in, he rickrolled the fuck out of them.
It was fucking hilarious.
It's Pops' kid.
It was gold. They were having the most serious fucking live, dragging all of us. And Merm jumped in and just started playing fucking Rickroll music.
Rickroll. Well, no, because he was there for a split second, and then they were like, "Hey, so Merm, what do you want to say?" And then he just instantaneously Rickrolled. The best part about it was when Merch just sat there and went, "Well, that was legit."
Someone explain to me what was on the whiteboard. Well, I don't understand.
The whiteboard was an excuse for everybody that they hated, everybody that had the audacity to stand up and call them on their fucking bullshit. Every bitch that they had with anybody was all grouped together because they couldn't find friends with mutual relationship. They only could find friendship and mutual hatred, and they put them all on the same list. They asked for social security numbers, for social media, for addresses, for telephone numbers. They doxed Spiegel. That didn't end so well for her.
You okay?
appearance. She's making an appearance.
Hi. Are you all right?
She's miserable, but she's making what you need.
Minnie.
Your uncle
Minnie.
Charlie. He's right there.
Hi.
They nobody want to talk to you, Joe.
Introduce her to Merm. He'll make her smile.
One of my favorite things that Merm ever did is he did a video that says name 2 things that will instantly cause a fight today.
Because the ones
and it just pops up. He just pops up with him and that gigantic panda head that he has going, there are 2 genders. And then he dipped.
It's probably the medicine, honey. You don't have a fever. It's the medicine. I'm sorry. You're having the... So my daughter's having the opposite issue of Joe right now. She's freezing.
I'll trade her. I will trade her. Like
Baby
right
girl,
now.
Go take some more Zofran. I know.
I'd rather be sitting in the middle of the Iraqi desert in the middle of summer, covered in wool blankets, than freezing.
The worst thing
right now,
not help your
Pops,
child.
did you just say Merm is 14? He's 14 and he's built like a brick shit house.
Holy
His pronouns are fee, fi, fo, fucking fum.
Exactly.
6'5".
Dude's fucking hand could encompass my face.
Oh my god, and he's
Kid's
only...
hand.
Holy shit.
Okay, one more question.
Sweet loving.
Who created the whiteboard? Who created it? Like
Parent.
Bro Kit and Red Pill Rage, Paris, Swede, and Mega Opinionated.
Oh no! And don't forget, most pissed vet.
No, it was not that. It was Red Flow and Brobitch who was alive, and Paris was in the box. Paris was feeding them the names of people that they didn't like. That's why I beat you, Joe.
What was funny was, and then what was that live that we had? That was the whole Mel situation. The live that Paris hosted, and in much the same way of the whiteboard, it was
6'6".
Nobody's name. No,
might be having a little bit of a reaction to
that. Paris was gonna kind of pee in it.
Trent Stone, 6'6", 330 pounds, 14 years old.
And he still has another 5 years of growing.
Mm-hmm.
What I want to know is how the hell does your wife still walk, Pops? How does she still walk?
Because they're not born being that big.
Exactly.
The fuck?
Listen.
He's probably, 20 pounds when he popped out?
My daughter...
Yeah, why have a baby when you could have a toddler?
My daughter was 5 pounds, 14 ounces, and I had to have stitches because of her. My son was 8 pounds, 9 ounces, and he came out like nothing. So the size of the baby doesn't matter. Just depends how cooperative they want to be.
My ex-girlfriend.
Look, Joe, your ex-girlfriend could sit on a goddamn, target ball, and it would disappear.
The one I sent you last night, chum. The one I sent you last night, chum. Not.
Okay, no, she could sit on a goddamn forklift, and it would go away.
No, she wouldn't. The one I sent you last night.
I've got to give Chum...
Pops, your kid's going to be like 7 foot by the time he's 21.
Hang on. What was
hold
that,
on,
Tiff?
hold on. I can't hear everybody talking at once. What'd you say, Tiff?
I said, I've got to give it to you. You are creative as fuck.
Don't make his head sweat.
Just when I think...
Hank does that enough.
Which one?
Oh, Lord.
I'm going to say the one up top because...
Scrappy, you're not my married best friend. You're Joe's married best friend. Fuck off.
Fuck you, Brandon. Fuck you, Brandon.
Pops, I'm sorry for your wife. Damn.
Nah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for any food prep you have to do. It's like
no
like
shit.
I'm not making lunch. I'm making a damn buffet, and it's just a snack.
He was fucking 2 feet tall and 11 pounds 12 ounces at 6 weeks premature.
Holy shit!
She had
to look like she had twins.
Oh my god, that's not...
Poor woman.
Before he was that fuck?
Was it a cesarean?
He's half giant.
God damn.
Wow.
Sweet loving Christmas. I
I
couldn't tell you
repeat
how
what I
heavy
said
my...
earlier. Why have a child when you can have a fucking toddler? You like completely skip the terrible twos. Let's just put this kid at 5 years old and move on.
God
Right?
damn. You ain't wrong.
Again.
Tiff, is everything okay?
Listen, I had to pee.
Oh, okay.
Well, you
Hey,
had me in there. Y'all being quiet. We thought there was some issue.
What?
Scrappy, I'm gonna need you to take notes.
What? I'm sure she pees just fine.
I have to rip off.
No, it's location. Location.
I don't have to run upstairs for mine. Otherwise, I'd be fucked because
Don't defend her. Don't defend her.
See,
I'm ragging on Scrappy.
Listen, I'm at my
Hey,
mom.
Brandon, are you still in here?
It's one
Brandon,
level.
are you still in here?
No, Ebony, go lay down. Go lay down.
You named your dog Ebony?
I did not. My mother did.
Why did she give your dog a stripper name?
I don't know. I don't like my
At least it's not Diamond.
Okay, listen. She said Ebony, and I'm over here in my head, Ebony and Ivory song, right in my head. And that's because my life's a musical, and you're like strippers.
Brandon, we need to start a GoFundMe to get Heidi a portable toilet and one of those camping pop-up bathroom things.
You are not fucking funny. Listen, whenever
I think he's hysterical.
Whenever
I send elephant shit to Swede's house. I'll send a toilet to yours.
when my back went out, my husband and my son moved me to the couch, and when my son said I'm too fucking heavy, legit his fucking words, which he's not wrong.
Talk about kicking a dog while it's down. Holy shit.
Well, because he has a cyst on his tailbone, and I was making it irritable because he had to it was a thing. But anyway, I laid there and I started bawling, and my husband's like, "Why are you crying?" He's like, "Are you in pain?" I was like, "Yes, but I have to fucking pee." He goes, "Oh my god, just pee your fucking pants." Oh my, it was so bad. We were screaming and it was a whole thing. But you know what?
She was screaming, we were screaming, the poor couch felt violated. It's a rough day.
I crawled up the fucking steps. I did. I crawled.
So you don't have a bathroom downstairs. That's what you said, right?
My house was made in the late 1800s.
I don't understand how you don't have a bathroom downstairs, you know.
I have a bathroom upstairs.
But
I don't.
I've never seen a house like that. I'm sorry. That's all I'm going with.
What she's trying to say. She's trying to say I didn't build the motherfucking thing.
I know, I get it.
That's where they put the toilet.
I can't help it. My house is so old that if you put a ball on one end of the house, it will legit roll without assistance because it's not level.
I mean, I've lived in a house where you put a ball on one end and it winds up in the center.
No, ours doesn't fucking stop. It goes. My house, you can tell where it's added on. The basement is dirt floor, and it's not underneath the kitchen because that was added on later.
So do you have space? Do you have space we could put a half bath in?
Probably, but I don't plan to live there that much longer. I would say.
So why is she suddenly getting country there for a second? That's my shtick.
When my husband retires, we will have our house paid for and we're building.
Nice. Where at?
I ain't telling anybody. Huh? I ain't telling anybody. Fuck that.
I don't blame you.
You plan on staying around where you are, or are you moving away?
Well, if I had my fucking way, I'd be moving to where it's colder because I can't fucking stand this heat. However, We'll be staying.
He's not right in the head, so don't ask.
We'll be staying here. I have land that's been given to me that we'll be building on.
Nice.
Okay.
Because we're building a mother-in-law suite for my son to live. And it'll
like
be
a house that's...
It'll be one fucking level, so this bitch doesn't have to piss her pants when she goes to the potty.
Is it the in-law suite? Is it going to be standalone, or is it going to be attached?
I don't know. I haven't thought that far ahead yet.
You should build it separate. That's my opinion.
You could build it separate, but do it in one of those Amish-built sheds, so your taxes take forever to be caught up on and go up.
You're right.
Pennsylvania. No.
Barndominium.
There's a cute little thing about Pennsylvania code and property inspectors, where if it looks like an outbuilding, if it looks like a shed, it's a shed. They're not going to go inside.
They don't come inside. They don't come inside our property because they met me whenever I was pregnant with my youngest.
Let's do it again.
So my brother found an interesting loophole through Texas tax code whenever they go and inspect land. If you build a house, but you don't build an air conditioner outside of the house, the air conditioning unit outside, they consider it just a barn. So therefore the taxes only go up that much as opposed to that much. So my brother talked to a buddy of his, and they put the air conditioning unit inside the house.
Yep. My buddy is a condominium down in Texas. I will not say where, but he has taken a industrial water cooler and did the reverse heated floor system. He did the reverse of a heated floor system. He piped the water into this chiller and has the coils going through the concrete floor. And when he runs that chiller and pumps the water through, it gets that water to damn near freezing and goes through that concrete floor. I don't know what the hell it's some kind of fibrous concrete. And it chills that entire place like no other.
Wow.
And his air conditioner is indoors. So it's not even a legit air conditioner. So good night, Brandon. It's way past your bedtime. I thought dinner was at 4:30. Do you remember to take your medication?
There's my mom has a fucking, what's that? Not a CB, a scanner. And whenever I first was at the ice machine, it was people were talking, and I was like, "What the fuck is that?" Because
I didn't hear that.
I was those days. My husband was a firefighter, and anytime he was home, he had to have that fucking scanner on, and it was always in the middle of fucking dinner when it would go off, and he'd be out the fucking door. I'm just like, why do I bother to cook? Why?
Well, it was just weird
because most of the fires happened when people like Heidi were trying to cook.
Okay, that's not what I meant.
I don't fucking cook. My husband does. So
see, told you.
You want to know who cooked for me tonight? KFC.
Oh, I'm sad it wasn't Arby's. That really hurts my feelings.
I had Arby's yesterday and the day before.
I made ham
and that
steak.
was my fault.
I made ham steak with sauteed portobello mushrooms and red onions with garlic, fresh crushed garlic, and I made homemade cheddar broccoli rice.
Nice.
I air fried some fries and chicken.
Listen, he found the Arby's curly fries situation in a bag at the store, and he's been putting them in his air fryer.
Yep.
No. I did the Arby's air fryer or the Arby's fries once just to piss you off.
Everything he does is
Trev,
off.
Stop. Go to the store. Get the cooking spray of sunflower oil.
Yeah.
And coat those curly fries before you put them in the air fryer, and they'll come out tasting just like
Wendy's or Arby's?
Well, Arby's, whatever.
Because that's
they
the
all they
oil
all
they use.
They all use sunflower oil now. You give that just. I know people say you don't have to use oil in an air fryer. They're lying to you. Give it just a light coat of that sunflower oil, and boy, does it come out entirely different.
I'll keep that in mind.
Have you done any steaks or pork chops or anything in the air fryer?
That's this weekend. I'm picking up pork chops tomorrow.
There you go. I have 3 air fryers. I have the big one that's a giant fucking rotisserie. I have the Ninja oven, and then I have the regular pod looking air fryer that never gets used anymore. Because one, the rotisserie is amazing, and the air fryer oven is badass. And yes, they all came out of the dumpster. Oh well. They were Amazon returns.
You can wash them.
But they were never used. They were still the boxes were still sealed in plastic.
I was really, when I got divorced with my ex-husband, I was really pissed I didn't take the toaster oven / rotisserie. It was one of those ones that you could do rotisserie into. But I would have felt like shit taking it because they did buy it for him as a gift. So I left it for him.
My 2 favorite cooking devices in my kitchen: crock pot, air fryer.
I'd say crock pot for me.
Yeah. With like
best way to cook a rice.
All of the surgeries that I've been through in like recovery time, and like my mom bought me that. What the hell was that cookbook? Like it had like 700 crock pot recipes, everything from like breakfast to like fucking desserts you could cook. Anyways, she bought that for me because she thought she was being helpful. She tries so hard. But it was about the only thing. The crock pot came in handy when I was recovering from my back surgeries because I just couldn't stay long enough to cook actual meals in the kitchen.
My mom had back surgery, and that big crock pot was her life-saving device.
I had to have a second surgery because the first surgeon, my second surgeon said if the first one would have actually done a CT with contrast before he did my surgery, I would have never had to have a second surgery.
Is that horrible? Because they told me that they were going to have to highlight my shit.
I've had
before.
You feel warm all over. Makes you feel warm all over, and you're going to feel like.
Why would anybody want to highlight your shit?
Not the actual shit itself, but internals, yes. But it makes you feel warm. And it makes you feel. I got what you were saying, Chuck. I did.
I thought you've been hanging out with Scrappy too long.
I don't know.
Suck a dick, Tom. Suck a dick, man. I gotta be right back.
That's not my job. That's what we hired Ashley for.
Go ahead, Tiff. What were you saying?
I don't know if it does this to men or not, but like for females, it makes you feel like you peed yourself. You don't pee yourself, but it makes you feel really warm down there, like you peed yourself.
Well,
Joe wouldn't know anything about being really warm down there. He likes to stick with the cold fish.
Joe knows very little about any type of surgeries. I have never been sick a day in my life, and today was the first time I have ever spent more than 20 minutes in a hospital.
I've had 16 surgeries.
It's usually because, wait, hold on. But Joe, we're not going to just speed past that like you haven't been kicked out every time within about 15 minutes.
What?
I've never went in. I've never went in.
You banned on site.
No.
Look. People need to understand that Joe has treated crazy women and STDs like Pokemon. That's why he's kicking it with. You've got the only one that's really terrible, actually.
The guy with syphilitis.
I'm gonna.
No. He's got crazy bitch syndrome.
I subscribe to CBS. Thank you.
So wait, you pay for it? I knew you paid for it. I knew it. I knew it. There was no way an asshole like you gets laid.
I pay for it just not monetarily.
Am I understanding that Chum is saying your picker's seriously fucking broken? Is that what we're working with here?
Yeah.
Seriously fucking broken.
Listen.
Seriously fucking
broken.
No,
it's not. Okay, the problem is that he is a prime example of God's one mistake. See, God gave man 2 heads and only enough blood to run one at a time. And the problem is he ain't getting enough to the top bald one, all right?
Yes, I am, or there would still be one of them in my bed.
No. You say that. The fact of the matter is she ran away crazy. You got lucky.
Was she crazy when she showed up?
Wait. It depends. Which one?
Whichever one you're talking about right now.
The look made my whole entire day worth it right there. Just that look. The fuck you, chum. Okay. Come on, Joe. I need to hear it.
The last one went clear around the fucking bend to the point that like she's got grippy socks.
She was crazy the first time. You came back for seconds.
She went to therapy. I thought it was fixed.
Therapy means they just found a way to hide it.
Shut up, Redstone.
Therapy just means they learned how to hide the signs better. She just taught a better bait. That was it. Still pulled you up.
So, okay, Tiff, she tried to say she was pregnant when I told her I can't do this. You're right back to where you started. She came back and she tried to say that she was pregnant. However, she did not tell me. She told my children.
Now do you understand why I say he's got crazy bitch syndrome? Crazy.
Hold on.
Cuckoo.
It gets better than that. The pregnancy test that she decided to show me, and well, she didn't even decide to show me. She posted it on her Instagram because I said, "You're fucking nuts. I'm done." I blocked her. She posted it on her Instagram. She took a pregnancy test and cracked the fucking thing open and took the litmus strip out to post her video.
No, let's be honest. It was dirty enough, I swear to God, she dug it out of a bathroom stall behind Denny's, all right?
You need to go lay down. Go.
No, I will not lay down. Damn it, you go lay down. You ain't the boss of me, Scrappy, even if you're older.
I literally, Flamingo, Fred, I literally told Chum, Scrappy, Brandon, Cowboy, I told them, I said, I guarantee you, within the next 48 hours, she will either have had a miscarriage or she will have went and got an abortion. And how long did it take?
Wait. You're forgetting. No. You're forgetting something. You're forgetting something very important. She had a miscarriage 2 weeks prior.
Yeah. She had a miscarriage 2 weeks prior, 2 or 3 weeks prior. 2 weeks. It was 2 weeks. To saying she was pregnant, and within 2.5 days of her, because Temple actually fucking took her for a fucking spin on her claim of being pregnant.
Go lay down.
And she came back and she told one person that she had a miscarriage. She told another person that she had an abortion. She told another person that it was just a mistake. She was never pregnant in the first place.
We all knew that.
And
the best part is there any woman that you have played around with that has not claimed to be pregnant?
Lana.
Which one are we talking?
Okay, I'll give you that.
Banana. And she can come back anytime she wants.
She has a new guy.
Hey, wait. Did I or did I not tell you when you first started talking to the one for a second time? Did I not tell you that bitch is crazy? Did I not say this is a mistake? Wait. I want this recorded in the annals of time. I get to say this.
It is.
It tastes so sweet.
Yeah.
All right, look. All I got to say is it tastes so sweet. I don't want to spit it out, but you know what? I'm not going to swallow it either. Just what the hell? I told you so. Oh,
Fuck
that
you.
is so delicious.
So,
listen,
Joe.
Joe, I kind of feel better about him saying that to you because last time I was on here, he was saying it to me. So now that he said it to somebody else, I'm like, it's so much better.
So, when I was in Germany and I was in the army and I was a better looking individual,
when they took you to the basement, it wasn't.
My name was John Deere.
That was his hoe phase.
I was gonna say, hold on a second now, Treadstone, because when they took you to the basement, that wasn't for candy, was it?
Who took me to the basement?
I don't know. Have you seen some of those German women?
And I went upstairs with them.
You went upstairs? That's even worse. That's even worse. They were taking you for permanent.
Were you
Listen,
the red light special city?
He's afraid to do like an ancestry DNA thing because he's afraid that he would find out that he fathered half of fucking Germany. He went through a fucking hoe phase.
It's
in Germany. You went through a hoe phase in Germany.
No, that's not that.
Yes.
That's not called a hoe phase. That's called Tuesday.
How much corned beef and cabbage did you smell for the next 20 years?
I wasn't gonna go there, but apparently he's got the magic Wunderschnitzel.
No. You go over to Germany as a soldier, they flock to you. The only thing that diverts them from you is if someone with darker skin color comes in because they think they're an athlete or a rapper.
See, my ex was very active in Germany as well. That's why he's called the ex-fiance.
Oh, I just thought it's because you finally learned not to date shit.
My mom has timers on every fucking light in her house, apparently.
Listen,
hey, look at that! There's an
figure out how to not date shit.
What's that, Flamingo?
Did it sometimes.
I'm still trying to figure out how to not date shit.
There's Joe, but his is crazy.
Hey, Joe, I'm gonna teach you how not to date shit. All right, I'm gonna teach you. No, right now, I'm gonna teach you how not to date shit. All right, I got you. So I need you to repeat after me the holy vows of the celibate monk. You've already got the bald head. We're good. Hey, don't you take your effigy. I need that, though. I really do. I really need that in the home. Now, Tiffany, I'm going to tell you how not to date shit.
I'm just not dating. How about that?
Well, that's the safest way. There is another way not to date shit.
How's that?
She bought stock in Duracell.
No. If it's got two heads, don't date it.
So you're suggesting I become a lesbian instead? Is that what you're saying?
A lot less trouble.
No.
That's different trouble. That's
not
less trouble.
No, wait. Hold on. I'm trying to do Angela a favor, okay?
Who?
Oh, come on.
Who?
Chum, you gotta keep in mind they're new to the shit show. He's talking about the Coke Queen of Jacksonville.
No.
I'm talking about CEO Bean Flicker, Angela, the really butch looking, the one that looks like Uncle Fester.
You get the best of both worlds.
All right, come on now. You know me. I'm not just gonna say something altruistic. There's going to be some backhanded insult in there somewhere.
That was just, oh God. Now I have a mental picture for you.
You're welcome, Joe.
I'm talking.
You're welcome, Joe. You deserve it.
Even Caleb's down in the comments like you did not.
I did. Why is everybody surprised when I go low? Like, really?
God damn, Scrappy.
Joe,
Oh, you guys heard?
That-
I'm using it.
No, I actually was about to ask. I was about to ask if you needed a napkin or toilet paper.
The fucked up thing is I thought that was my kid in the other room.
So that's a 3 of that.
Well, sorry.
No,
Too late. You rude drunk. You rude drunk. Yeah, you are cruder than all the men. I swear to God. You got more.
Actually,
You got more balls than most of the men on that other side. But anyway.
I do. They just happen to be on my chest, but that's beside the point.
Chesticles.
But at least my nipples aren't like up here. That chick who was on my FYP, her fucking nipples were like up here.
Wait. Hold on. We got virgin ears here. We got virgin ears here.
Where?
Well, Joe, I mean, he ain't seen nipples in a while, so you might as well be a virgin.
But like, I didn't see them.
The hell I haven't.
But like, she had a whole boob. Like, she was boobalicious. But her nipples.
Listen,
were, like,
it's not just men or women who post, "Oh, I'm single," and their DMs get fucking like desecrated. It's guys too.
Yeah, but the people that desecrate your inbox are generally ones that you should run away from.
If they're hot, they're crazy. If they're not hot, they're
No,
fake.
no, Joe. There is a crazy hot scale.
No. That does not apply. That does not apply to Joe. All right, they are just crazy, or uglier than said. That's just how it goes.
That's pretty much it.
Tell me I'm wrong.
All right, next live we have the next like shit talk live we have. I don't know when we're gonna do it. I'm gonna get pictures of all of my exes and I'll put them up here for you. There's only fucking 4 of them, 5 of them. So yeah, and I'll point out crazy, hot and crazy. The one I showed Chum last night has got all the fucking boxes checked, and I just fucked it up, and I would have married the girl.
We will need a scale of 1 to 10 of how crazy they are.
10.
Okay,
so
and
if you say that any of them are below a 1, you're wrong.
One of them who.
All women have a level of crazy. I will admit. Here's my example. The douchebag I told you, meaning my ex-husband, that I told you about while I was talking earlier, the one that like left in the middle of my shit and couldn't handle it. He slept with 7 people that I knew. And the reason I knew them is because we went to high school together. We all knew them. So when I found out after the fact about the other 6 of them, I may or may not have engaged my fucking level of petty or crazy, however you want to describe it. I, keyboard warrior, hell, I typed it out on Facebook. I tagged each fucking one of them and posted that shit. And I did. I called them all out.
That's a cool that you did was like cool.
That was cool, petty.
His or
that
they're fucking cuckoo like.
Well, I told my therapist and he said, Tiffany, I thought you decided you wanted to take the high road, and I said it was under construction.
Ain't no fun.
Be like that is the high road.
But due to the economy,
I just told him
due to the economy, I found. Okay. Here's what you do. You remind him that it takes 42 muscles to frown. It takes 64 muscles to smile. It only takes about 10 muscles to flip on the fucking bird.
Yeah.
She's petty. Wait, what's that phrase that Pops uses? It's like in a world full of bitches, be a petty bitch.
Yeah, I'm a that one. But anyways, Treadstone, my ex-wife rates about a 7 on the crazy meter. The girlfriend, my ex-fiance, right after the marriage, she rates about a 15 out of a 10 on the crazy meter. But my dad,
he goes back.
My stepdad told me. My stepdad told me when I was young, and it stuck with me all my life.
Did he take you to the Black Parade?
No, he told me, he says, every woman is crazy. The issue is you have to find the level of crazy you are comfortable with and fucking run with it.
It's true.
This is true.
The other thing my therapist told me, because I joked.
My grandfather.
that my goal in life is to be on the ID channel. Now, how I want to get listen,
It's your favorite channel.
So here's the criteria, though. I don't want to be the dead person, but also I don't know if I could handle jail. So I just kind of want, maybe I could be a spokesperson. I don't know. But I joke about this, and my therapist is like, you realize
that's when you go to jail only after you steal another virus from the Wuhan lab.
He told me, he said every person.
That's what you get. You gotta break into the Wuhan labs and release another version of Corona, then go kill them, end up on the ID channel, and then when the virus goes worldwide, they will let you out of jail because, they did everybody else anyway during Corona. So there you go.
Seems like a solid plan.
Mm-hmm.
And the new fake John Fetterman can save your ass.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Did you guys see that shit? Did you see that shit?
Like, okay,
we're from PA, so we get this shit force fed in our news to us. Yeah. John Fetterman, the governor of Pennsylvania, or whatever the fuck.
You mean the fucking zombie that's sitting up there looking like he belongs on The Walking Dead?
No, it's not him. It's not him.
Well, no,
he had a brain injury.
No, he was depressed. He had a stroke earlier before the election. Okay.
Yeah.
And he was okay to run. He ran anyway. And then he went into the hospital because he was depressed. His wife took him and the children and moved to Canada, I think it was.
I think so.
And left him in the hospital. He came out of the hospital after not being depressed anymore. A fucking new person. Legit.
A legit different person. The ears are completely different. The facial structure is damn near perfect, but not. It's a different person.
But it's funny because, my husband, who was a Marine, whatever, has to study all that shit. But he's not into politics anymore. He was. His dumbass gets me involved in that shit, and then he, bolts. But anyway, I was like, hey, what do you think about this? And it was the side-by-side of John Fetterman, before and after. He goes, that ain't the same fucking person. I'm like, okay. So I wanted to know. He's like,
there are people that have put Fetterman's original photos from his campaign trail into facial recognition software with the pictures of him after his hospital stay, and they have came out with a less than 40% chance that it's actually him.
Do you know what's funny? His wife didn't come back down from Canada to be with him.
Interesting.
It's things that make you go,
person. But I want to know why Oz so quiet about it. Why isn't he speaking up? Because if I was the person who ran against him, I would be voicing that shit. But he's not. He's being very quiet about it. So what's up with that?
Money makes people do certain things. So do death threats.
I don't know. I get thousands of death threats a week, so
I've gotten
mostly on TikTok.
And you know what? I have a ring light. Should I start making sad videos about it? In the
that lasted.
Angel.
That lasted for all of 36 hours. If nobody paid attention,
it was less than that. She was out of the drama.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I am coming down off of this prednisone high that I had, and I am starting to feel like shit. So I think I'm gonna wrap it up. Yeah, chum, this isn't fun, dude. I don't wish this on my worst. No. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Yeah, I hope you motherfuckers rip your rotator cuffs. I really do.
Ouch.
So, but I'm going to wrap it up. Flamingo, I thank you for coming on. I thank you for telling your story and being candid with us.
You did a great job.
And I know you were nervous, and I know it took a bit out of you. But
It did.
I put my number up there. If you need to talk to anybody, if you maybe not tonight,
Yeah. No.
but if you want to talk more about it, I am available.
Maybe ice that a little bit. Find some ice. Use your alcohol ice. Just do it.
You really should.
I'll throw some frozen steaks on there.
There you go. Frozen vegetables work too.
Yeah.
But yeah, Fred, I figured you hit the wrong button. But I'm gonna wrap this up, and I will talk to you all on TikTok. You are welcome to come on anytime you like. We do this 2-3 times a week, and we try to do stories every week. But if anybody that's in the comments or anybody that's watching outside, if you want to talk about your experiences, you are more than welcome to come on and talk. You are more than welcome to come on here and discuss what has happened to you, what you've dealt with, and we're not going to judge you. We're not going to entrap you. We're not going to sit there and degrade you. We're not going to fight with you. If you come to us respectfully, we will give you a platform to speak respectfully. So, as it stands, I'm trying to iron it out to get Foot Junkie on here and have him have a talk about his experiences and have a, as he states, fireside chat. And I'm going to go
I'll tell you
ahead
what,
and
I'd love to grab a beer with that man.
Me too. And I'm working on, like I said earlier, having Dad Bod Dad on here. And maybe I can drag Fiegel out of his hobbit hole at some point.
Now that would definitely be fun.
Yeah. So, but with that, I'm going to wrap it up. You ladies have a good night.
You
Chum,
too.
that includes you. And I will see you all tomorrow if I wake up.
You'll wake up.
Yep.
Lord knows I couldn't get ready